morning. I hope everyone's having a beautiful morning. Got your coffee mug? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I have mine as well. I have my coffee as well. All right, guys, as we get in, if you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and knock out the daily gift goal. It'll help push us out to the FYP. It's the I'm Ready by SpongeBob. We're going to go ahead and get started here in just a moment, but tap the screen. Tap the screen. Also, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. That'll help boost the live as well. I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. Welcome in. Hey, Joanna, how are you? How's everyone doing this morning? Has anyone had breakfast? Has anyone ate anything? Well, I know it's like noon for certain people, but still morning for me. I'm just getting going on my first cup of coffee. Not yet. Better now. Brunch. I know that's right. It's noon on the East Coast. Yeah. I'm sorry. I take that for granted sometimes. That I'm on the West Coast. Yeah. I had today also. I made bacon and eggs. Holy smokes. Bacon and eggs are awesome. I could actually go for some bacon and eggs this morning. I could go for some bacon and eggs. Make it the donuts. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and just coffee, no appetite yet. I understand that. I get that one for sure. Thank you for the cake. Thank you, guys. If you don't mind, again, keep tapping the screen, share the live, knock out the daily gift goal. It'll help boost the live, push us out to the FYP, and it'll get more people in here. Also, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. That'll boost the live as well. Let go.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source.
Nope.
Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you care. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, this ain't a safe place. This a flame space. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Guys, welcome in. Welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. If you are not a Trump supporter, please do not request that. We are only looking for some debates. With that being said, if you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things to let the TikTok know that we are in the building. Guys, I think that it's time for a reckoning. I think that's the best way to actually quantify this, right? I think it's time that we finally get a reckoning, and the reckoning has to come from MAGA. It can't come from us normies. I'll just call us normies for a lack of better words. The reckoning has to come from the people who have somehow propped up this almost 80-year-old grandpa and said that he is the pillar of mental acuity. He's the pillar of manliness, the pillar of strength. And they've made Donald Trump their whole personification. Or not personification. Holy smokes. That's not the right word. Personality. Holy smokes. Personality, not personification. Anywho, so I've been, as the Epstein file information has come out more, there's been a large trove of Trump documents that are being released. Angry Black Man channel. No, I'm not angry. I'm pretty happy. But yo, dude, come up here and tell me about it. I'm going to mute you, right? Because I don't care about you in the comments, but I do want to give you an actual platform. Come up here. Tell me about the whole Angry Black Man channel thing. And you know what? If I was angry, it wouldn't be because I was black. It would be because, you know, people who support Donald Trump is destroying our country. There's that. Anyway, like I was saying, the thing that I think that we have to actually, what up, Zeus? We have to actually deal with is that the more that comes out with the Epstein files, the more Donald Trump is damned, right? And it makes even more sense, which we all knew that Trump was in the Epstein files, right? That's not something that shocks anyone. It may shock MAGA. To be fair, it may actually shock MAGA that he's in the files, but it doesn't shock anyone else with, thank you for the money, Gun Zeus. It doesn't shock anyone else that has been paying attention or who's not in the cult, right? He said, drill, baby, drill. Yeah, that doesn't even, Piston, that doesn't even make sense. What's the comment for? Okay, I'm going to mute you. Come up here, and I guess if you want to talk about Donald Trump's economic policies or him drilling, I guess, I don't know. I don't care. Come up here and let's talk about it. But like just putting drill, baby, drill in the chat is weird. So anyway, the point that I'm making is that MAGA has to come to this realization, and they have to get to the point where they disavow Donald Trump. And I heard someone say it. I heard someone say it this morning. People said this is the last chance for MAGA to jump ship. This is the last chance for MAGA to jump ship. And I think for those people who have not done so, it's already too late. And it's sad. I actually feel bad for them. I do. I feel bad for them because they're lost. It's a situation where they don't know how to live without this. Hi, Solid. Are you a Trump supporter?
100%.
Okay. What can I call you, friend?
You can call me Solid.
Just Solid? Okay. All right. I'll call you Solid. All right. Perfect. Solid. I got a question for you, but before I do, one kind of general question. Well, two, because you got a little bit of background noise. Is there any way, I don't know if that's TV or whatever, if you can either turn it down a little bit or move away from it?
I did.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Solid. Question for you. Do you know who I am?
I do not.
Okay, perfect. No worries. Listen, hey, can I give you a quick introduction to who I am and what this is? Would you mind?
Say that again for me.
Would you mind if I give you a quick
Not at
introduction
all.
to who I am and what this? Okay, perfect. Give me one moment.
Not at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're not talking to friendlies. Please, if you are friendly, tap the screen, share the live. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1-cent gift goals. If we can knock those out, it'll push us out to the FYP. Also, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It'll boost the live as well. We got Solid up here, and Solid, super simple question for you. Do you feel like you got played by Trump?
Not at all. I'm 100% happy with my Trump vote. I meant it, and I stand on it.
Even like today, December the 24th, 2025, 9:25 a.m. Pacific time, you're still happy with it?
I'm grateful for the opportunity to have voted for him.
Okay. You know what? Let's talk about it. I'm just wondering, right? Because Donald Trump made a lot of promises. He actually hasn't, held up any of those promises. But I want to know specifically, why are you still 10 toes down for your support with Donald Trump? I'm a little confused.
Well, what triggered me to come up, or what inspired me to come up, was I heard you talking about MAGA jumping ship, and I'm like, wow, that sounds crazy.
You think so?
I jumped ship with the Democrats. I just jumped ship this presidential election. I've been a avid Democrat supporter since 1993. I work for the Board of Elections right now today. Man, the things I've done, being a law-abiding citizen, all of that, taxpaying citizen, registered voter, all of this was for the Democrats. The campaigning, serving as an election judge, serve as a deputy registrar, all for the Democrats. Always under Democratic leadership, and I decided to jump ship. I don't care what nobody talking about. I meant that.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like you absolutely meant, especially when you talk about your history and the amount of time, energy, and effort that you put into working with the Democratic Party. So to address one thing, the reason why I say that MAGA is jumping ship, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of people have started to turn their back on Donald Trump specifically. I don't know how active you are online, right? But there was a subset. I've been doing this for over a year now, right? And prior to the election, the support for Donald Trump was palpable, right? I mean, they were like beating down the door to get on a live and sing the praises of Donald Timothy Trump. And then he got elected, and it was just like they were, doing victory laps about Donald Timothy Trump. And then after the first month, they were still kind of loud and proud about it. And then after 6 months, they started to slow down a little bit. And they was like, oh, well, you got to give them time. But they were still defending, but there were still Trump supporters around. And then we continue to roll forward 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, and so on and so on. And then in MAGA Trump supporters specifically, people that are openly willing to support Donald Trump, it's become a situation where it's scarce, right? I mean, when you are an anomaly at this point, right? As someone who's actually willing to come up and say that I still support Donald Trump. One, I commend you for, standing in your truth and actually being willing to do that. But two, like most people who still somehow support him quietly, right? Now, I do have a question because you went down your resume as far as the support that you've had for the Democratic Party. And you obviously jumped ship for a reason. I mean, your vote is your vote. It is what it is. Can you tell me, as of today, because again, like I understand voting for people and they make promises. Politicians make, how it goes. Politicians make promises and they don't always deliver. But you still support him today, 10 toes down. What has he actually delivered on today that still has you fired up for him?
Well, I love the fact that ICE is active in these states and in these cities. That's without the shadow of a doubt. I love the fact that these countries can't keep sending us garbage and overpricing us for it. You know, China, all of that made in China. It tear up one day after you buy it and you pay too much for it. All of that. They can't keep playing with us. I love how he's handling Venezuela. See, on my job in the past, I've been at war with Venezuelans just on the job alone. So I love how he's handling Venezuela. I think, you know, America is becoming more and more strong every day. Only, you know, the weak is going to perish.
For my household anyway.
The weak is going to perish.
Yeah.
Those that are afraid he's coming for black people, those that are afraid that think we won't be able to.
I don't want you to go too far because I want to talk about a couple of those things. But one thing that I do want to actually do is Deanna, right? Is that how you say your name? How do you say your name?
My name is Diane.
All right, Diane. Sorry, Diane. So Diane, I muted Diane chat because Diane is someone who normally comes in and, you know, starts to spam in the chat, but never comes up. And Diane actually came up this morning. So guys, we got a BOGO. We got Solid.
I came up because
Diane.
I have a question.
What's your question?
My question is, some of your bullet points is irrelevant to. Wait. Let me finish. Is irrelevant to our households. Okay, so I'm just going to ask, and you can tell me, how does an e-file lies affect my household?
Sure, I'll tell you exactly how it affects your household. So the extensive amount of cover-up that's been put in place in order to protect not only Donald Trump, but the rich and powerful and keep the Epstein files from being released has been something that has been negatively impacting when it comes to the amount of American dollars spent. It is literally our tax money going to ensuring that PDF files are protected. The FBI has had to pay over $1 million worth of overtime for allocated resources for FBI agents to redact information from the Epstein files, which didn't work out too well because as of yesterday, people were finding out that the Epstein files, if you just do a simple copy and paste, even though they tried to redact it, you can still get that information. So literally the funds that are being taken from you and myself as far as tax money is being misappropriated for protection of PDF files.
But we don't have a lot of tax money. So how is our tax money being misapplied when we don't?
Tax money.
No, we do not.
Who?
Are you saying that our tax money that we do not have, we don't have enough tax money to be paying for anything? So how is it? I don't get that.
How much do you think that United States citizens pay in taxes a year?
It's not enough. That's why you guys are complaining.
Yeah, but how much do you think United States citizens pay in taxes a year?
Wait. It's not enough.
Not enough is not an answer. Put a number on it.
Let me finish what I'm saying. You have to let me finish.
Go ahead.
Like I said and listened to you. I'm just being respectful. Okay, the tax money, the tax dollars that we pay is not enough. And let me explain to you. Okay, it's not.
You can explain, but I need you to put a number on it. I need a number. You can explain. I still need a number.
It's not enough.
Okay, but guess. Take a guess. Just a guess of a number. She's gonna go Google it. No worries. Solid ran, which I don't understand why Solid ran. I mean, I was hoping that we could do a 2-for-1. I was super interested in finding out why Solid was again so 10 toes down, but I guess you win some, you lose some. And Deanna, you have to come back in. There we go. I was about to say you have to jump back in every once in a while. Did you find it?
Yes, it's 4.9 trillion. It's not enough when our debt is 6.1. So How?
The point.
Okay,
the
no,
point
no,
that I'm
no,
making, though,
no.
with that
That's not
statement,
fair. That's not fair. I let
Wait,
you
hold on.
speak.
I just want to
and
make sure
then-
you understand why I made the statement, and I'll let you go. The reason why I made the statement is saying, because you said that we don't pay enough in taxes, and $4.9 trillion in taxes is literally more than most countries' GDP. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but you can't interrupt me when I'm trying to talk. Okay, so we pay 4.9. Our debt is 6.1. We do not pay enough taxes to even care about this. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So it's not impacting my home at all. So the next one, President of Peace. What?
No, we're not done.
You're not done with that.
No,
okay, go ahead.
We're still there. So I don't know where'd you get the debt number from?
Well, I wouldn't have looked it up.
When did you look it up?
Just a second ago. But you know what?
And it said that we're six.
Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this to you. I think on my wall. I think on my.
Stop running from the point. We're right here. Where did you get that number from? Because your number's wrong.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't matter because you know. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait. You know for a fact that we don't pay enough taxes. That's why you complain about the rich people not paying their portion. Okay. Is that not true? Because I've heard you talk about. I've heard you talk. No, I've heard you talk about it. I've heard you say,
"Well, and then we'll go to the next
point. They're doing this and they're doing this." But now you want to sit here and say, "No, I never said that." You have. I've heard you say it.
Again, that's not why I said that, but that's fine. So let's finish.
Okay. Well, why did you say it?
National debt is currently $38 trillion. So the 6 point something that you said is not accurate. Right?
4.9 trillion, and it's 6.1. And
it's not
how much?
6.1. The national debt is over 38 trillion. It's not 6.1. There's a huge difference. The point.
Okay, so we're not going to agree. We're not going to agree on this. So let's move on because we're not going to agree
with numbers. Like
I'm not going to agree with you on this. So let's move on to the second bullet.
Yeah, I don't care if you agree with the number. This comes from the actual treasury. You can actually like deny reality if you want to, but like I don't know where you're getting
President of Peace. What is this President of Peace about?
Listen, I see that you're trying to actually scatter all around.
No, sir.
I want you to.
We are just not gonna. I'm just trying to. We're just not going to agree on the first one.
I want you to stay right here with me.
I don't have time.
Stop trying to run.
I'm on my break. I don't have time to do. I need to go through all of these.
Stop trying to scattershot everything. You can't go through all of it because you're not actually engaging in points. You think you're just going to sit up here and talk.
Sir.
Deanna.
Okay.
Stop. You're not going to scattershot. You're not going to try to run through everything because you feel like you can just say whatever and then you can move on. I know you've watched me enough to know that I don't play those type of games. I don't let people just pivot off of whatever they want, whenever they want. I don't do those. So the point that I'm trying to make is the national debt is currently $38 trillion. Donald Trump has added more to the national debt in recent U.S. history than any other president. Now, you mentioned me talking about taxes and the collection of taxes and the ultra wealthy. The reason why I've never said that we don't pay enough taxes. I have said that the ultra wealthy, specifically businesses as well, do not pay their fair share of taxes. And that's the point. That's the point that I made. Now, we can continue to engage. Dunk, sure. Come up here, bud. I'm going to mute you. You come up here and you can help her. You can help her. The point that I'm making is that the amount of taxes collected is disproportionate based off of their wealth, but even more so, the reason why the Epstein files are pertinent to our life, when we can talk about the amount of taxes that are being appropriated for supporting and covering up for PDF files, but we can also talk about the lack of transparency throughout our federal government and literally a cover-up. And we as the American people should know who is actually leading us in our country.
But your perspective on this is not mine.
Okay. I mean, the perspective,
that's good. We both agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. Your perspective on the Epstein files
but the facts
is not mine. So let's move on.
Sure.
Okay, so president of peace. What do you mean about that? What is that about? I have 15 more minutes.
He was the president of peace. Those were his words. And he, since getting in office, not only has he antagonized wars, he has not ended any of the wars that he said that he was going to end. He hasn't brought any peace that he said he was going to bring. He has literally shifted the United States closer to war than when we were under Joseph Robinette Biden.
Okay, that is your perspective. It's not mine.
Okay.
Okay. So criminal.
That's reality. So criminal. No.
Okay.
Again, you don't get to just say it and then just move on. Donald Trump is posturing actively to engage with war with Venezuela. We have 15,000 troops off the coast of Venezuela. Donald Trump has been taking oil tankers. Donald Trump has been striking boats, and Donald Trump said we are preparing for land strikes within Venezuela. That's not a perspective. That's an actual thing that's happening. We've also struck Syria. We've also still been supporting Ukraine, which Donald Trump said that he was going to end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours. Like, all of those things are actively true. So you can't sit there and say that's a perspective. That's what's happening.
Okay, I'll say it this way. That's how you feel about everything.
Tell me what was a feeling about what I said.
You feel that Trump is causing these issues because
I didn't say that he was causing them. I said this is what we're engaging with. Now tell me where there's
okay. You feel he's engaging in all of this because of whatever reason you have.
You're not telling me what I said that was a feeling. I told you facts. I didn't say anything.
Okay,
about
well,
feelings.
your facts. Your facts are your belief and how you feel. I don't believe.
Okay, so tell me, answer this. Let's be super simple then.
I'm being simple, but you want to be argumentative.
What's a feeling with me saying that there's 15,000 troops off the coast of Venezuela? What's a feeling about that?
Okay, I apologize. I used the wrong word.
Okay, so it's not my feelings. It's facts.
Okay, it's your facts.
No, it's not my facts. It's just facts.
Okay,
these aren't my facts.
No. It's your facts. It's your facts about. No, let me finish. Let me finish. These things that you're coming up with. I'm going to say it like this. These things you're coming up with are not being cross-examined. You're seeing what? Wait. Let me finish.
Cross-examine them.
Listen. You are saying. Okay, sir. If I can't communicate with you professionally, I can't. You have to drop me because I'm not going to be talked over. I don't care
about any of that. Like, you're sitting here saying stuff,
if you can't communicate professionally,
care
you
about
can
your
drop me.
pontification. Like, address.
Sir, if you cannot communicate professionally, drop me. Us why he's doing these things, because there's a reason why he's doing what he's doing in Venezuela. There's a reason why he's doing what he's doing in Ukraine. Okay, but you're not cross-examining that. You're just coming with, oh, this is happening. That's what you're saying. This is happening, but why is it happening? See, that's what you're not doing, and that's what you never do. You never cross-examine all these things, but then you come on here and you want everyone to see everything one-sided. There's 3 sides to a story, and you only get one side, and you come on here and you badger us with one-sided information. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So the facts. Wait. My last point. I don't
want you to make another point. I want to address the point that you said.
Your facts are not.
Stop. I want to address your point before you make another point. That's how we conversate or communicate.
But you don't cross-examine.
I don't cross-examine my own point. That doesn't even make sense. If you're in a court, listen for a second. If you go to court, there's the prosecutor.
You cannot just say, oh.
And so what happens is people actually lay out the evidence as is, right? There's a prosecutor, there's a defendant, there's a judge.
No, you have to, right? You have to.
And so what actually happens is one side lays out their argument.
You have to examine every.
one side lays
You
out their
cannot
argument
examine-
with the facts and information.
You have to examine
and then the other side has the ability to cross-examine that information. So why would I cross-examine my own information?
Tell me, why is he doing
sense?
You said, oh, he's doing these votes, but there's a reason he's doing it.
Sure, we can talk about that.
But you don't do,
listen,
sir. I'm telling you.
I keep muting you for a reason. Have impulse control. You're a fucking adult. You're a fucking adult. Act like it. Act like an adult. Stop being a petulant child.
Stop.
Okay, stop being a petulant child. I'm muting you. Stop.
Name call.
Stop being a fucking petulant child.
Not name.
There you go.
Not name call. Cuss.
Stop
acting like a.
Stop coming
Stop
off
it.
mute.
Truth is,
you're literally crashing out.
Cross-examine.
Crashing out.
You get.
Why would I cross-examine? You're saying stupid stuff.
Dude.
You're literally saying stupid stuff.
But you have to.
Stop.
And not just.
Stop.
I see
when you actually have these conversations, and just like anyone, when it comes to any type of case, you lay out the case, and then the other side actually cross-examines. What I do is I lay out the information that I have, and then I allow Trump supporters to come up and not only engage in a conversation, but I give them the ability to address the things that I say. And so, like what I've done with you, I told you to directly address the point. But instead of actually addressing the point, the only thing that you wanted to do was talk around the point. You wanted to say, oh, those are your facts, which is a weird fucking statement because facts are just facts. And then you just want to whine, cry, and complain. No one cares about your whining, crying, and complaining. So if you think that my facts are not actual facts, then address it.
Sir,
we were talking about Donald Trump and his inability to actually end the war. Like he said that he was going to end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours. You're saying, oh, you're not talking about why that's happening. No, I'm not talking about why Donald Trump has not ended the war within 24 hours, because Donald Trump said that he was going to end the war within 24 hours. No one put that expectation on Donald Trump. And you're talking about the actual why behind him being in Venezuela or trying to attack Venezuela. The point that I made, right, was that he said that he was the president of peace. And while he said that he was the president of peace, he actively started these conflicts with Venezuela. So you can talk about why, and then we can break it down. Venezuela. I'm missing those things.
Dude, you see, you have no clue.
You're just making yourself look stupid.
No, because I don't mean to laugh at you. You're making yourself look stupid. You have no idea what's happening in Venezuela. You just sit and say.
Not only do I know what's happening, I also know how to say the word.
Okay, so so tell me, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're antagonizing, you throwing little immature name calling and cussing and carrying on. You're simple minded.
Because you have impulse control.
But tell me what's going on between the United States and Venezuela.
Venezuela, sure. What's actually going on is Donald Trump is to get a regime change in Venezuela since 2019. He's openly, actively talked about it. Venezuela does have Maduro in place, who is a dictator and someone that has close ties to Russia and China. It is in the United States as a whole best interest to actually have a regime change. But with that being said, Donald Trump has been openly and adamantly admitting that it's about the oil. He said prior to him leaving office the first time that Venezuela was on the brink of collapse and the oil would have been all ours. Now we're buying the oil because the last administration in power allowed them to actually stay in power. What actually happened is, I'm still speaking. You told me to tell you what's going on, so you have to let me finish. Then what happened was, with coming back into office, Donald Trump, hey, you told me to say what's going on in Venezuela.
But it's wrong.
Stop interrupting. Let me finish. And
you're wrong, though.
Sure, that's fine. Hold on to it. I want you to catch a bubble. I want you to catch a bubble and you hold on to it. And then when I finish telling you, or you just run. Holy fuck, what's happening? What is going on? Jeez Louise. And that's why she never comes up like that. That's literally why she has never come up. The fucking crash out is wild. Liz, how are you?
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to put up a request. I am definitely not a Trump supporter.
All right, no worries. I will drop you down. Thank you for letting me know. Hi,
Brother,
Alexander. Are you a Trump supporter?
I just heard the sister say you were only looking for Trump supporters too. I just came up, but yeah, you can drop me, I guess.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Please only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. If you are friendly, tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things.
I'm a friendly tapping the screen, but as a Marine veteran,
I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for your service. Again, guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. The Sound, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what can I call you?
Just call me the Sound, man. It's all good.
Okay, I'm just gonna call you Sound. I normally like to, call people like a direct name, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Sound. Quick question for you. Do you feel like you've been played by Trump?
No, man. I think he's doing a great job.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why so?
Well, I love what he's doing with the economy. I love what he's doing with the illegal immigration. I love the way he's, tackling the I don't know how we're supposed to say it on TikTok, the brugs down in
shrugs or rugs.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
Down in South, all the coming into America, unaliving all of our people. I mean, I love his he's just a very successful. He's treating the country like a business. He's doing what he thinks is best. May not be perfect, but he's doing what he thinks is best for the country, as far as the taxes and the tariffs. He's showing power, to our enemies, the Islamists and everything, and like they take out a couple of our people, and he goes over there and just starts annihilating them. That's my kind of leader. I don't appreciate the Bushes and the Obamas and all the people that were just, milking the country for what they could get out of it, and not really changing a whole lot. All of them could have stopped the border. All of them could have. Bush could have stopped it. I mean, Trump basically shut it down in a matter of days. I mean, to a slow trickle. I mean, I like his, he really, I'm pro-life. And when he put the pro-life justices on the Supreme Court and that overturned Roe versus Wade, I mean, all the Christians and all the people that claimed to be Christians back in the day that ran for office, Trump wasn't even a Christian. Trump's not even really a Christian. And he's done more to save the lives of unborn white and black children than he saved more blacks and white children than
black people
than anybody. I'm not going to say the guy's perfect, but I mean, nobody, he's just an employee. We hired him to do a job, and I think he's doing a great job. I don't think we'll ever have anybody like him again. I mean, it's going to be sad. We're never going to have somebody in there like that.
Well, listen, Sound. You said a lot, and I want to engage with you on a couple of different things, if you don't mind. But first, I got a couple of thank yous, and then we'll get right into it, if that's okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, perfect. 1 second, Amy, thank you so much for the $5 donation, saying thanks for schooling these dusties. Amy, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Lincoln, hey, Lincoln sent a $25 donation saying, how you doing? Happy holidays. So excited for Christmas this year. I hope even though this year was insanely political, I hope you were able to still enjoy it overall. Thank you so much for what you do. Likewise. Anyway, W's in the chat for Lincoln. Thank you so much for the $25 donation. I'm excited. I'm enjoying being able to be around people that I love and have that time. So absolutely. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday as well. W's in the chat for DeGram, who sent a $10 super chat to say, for the kick fund, get this delusional person out of here. DeGram, thank you so much for the 10. We don't do kick funds all the time. It's only in certain situations, but I appreciate the $10 super chat. And guys, fucking W's in the chat for Feisty, who sent out 5 membership subscriptions over on the tube when we started. Holy smokes. Thank you so much, Feisty. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. Also, if you're over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Please like the stream. We should have as many likes as we have people watching. And last but not least, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you're not a Trump supporter. We're not talking to friendlies. All right, Sound. You said a couple of different things. I want to talk about like the border. I want to talk about abortion. I want to talk about all of those things because you are an interesting person. And at the very least, you seem like someone I can have a conversation with. So listen, I want to start with abortion, if you don't mind, because this is something that people always like go through, and for some reason they have a hard time with it. Okay, cool. So, sorry, 1 second. I'm so sorry. Hey, Underground. After Sound and I finish our conversation, I want you to request up because I got somebody I want you to talk to. His name's Solid. I would love for you to have a conversation with Solid, Underground. So get in the box. All right, Sound. So something that I always run into when I try to give people this information and they have a hard time dealing with. So your premise as far as abortion, it's rooted in your religion, right?
Yeah, it's moral. Yeah, it's on life or death.
Okay, got it. And so you're a Christian, is that right?
Yeah, I'm a sinner. I'm an evil, wicked sinner that has professed the Lord Jesus Christ and asked him for forgiveness. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. It just means I know that I'm an evil, wicked person and I need Christ's forgiveness, and that's who I am.
Got it. Would you classify yourself as a good Christian?
I don't know. The Bible says there's nobody good, only God's good. So no, I'm not good. I'm not.
The Bible said no one was perfect.
No, the Bible said there's none good but God. No, I'm not a good person. I'm a sinner. I'm an evil, wicked sinner.
Okay. All right. So question for you. When you follow the words of the Bible, do you follow the words of like red letter Jesus or Jim Crow Jesus? What do you follow?
All the Bible, the 2 Timothy 3:16 says all scripture was given by inspiration of God, profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be complete, thoroughly equipped to do every good work. All scripture is inspired by God. The words of Jesus, the words of Paul, none of them have any more authority than the other, because in other words, if you wrote a letter down.
Wait, hold on. I don't think that's accurate, because like specifically the word of Jesus has more authority, right? Because that's when Jesus is directly speaking to us. That's why it's in red.
That just shows you that that's what Jesus was saying, that he actually said those words. But no, they're not any more important. The entire Bible is all equally important. It was given by inspiration of God by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate, but that's fine. Listen, we'll keep it moving. That's
what I believe. I don't think any Bible is different, better than the other. It's all equal.
Okay.
That's my belief.
Question for you. You believe in your religious text, right?
It's not my religious text. It's the word of God. I didn't write it. I have nothing to do with it. I just believe it. So
well, when I say religious text, I mean the actual
I submit my life. I submit to it.
Sure. When I say religious text, I mean that's like, the guide to your religion and the premise as far as what you're supposed to that's what I mean.
The word of God, the Bible, is the authority. If anybody says anything contrary to that, they're wrong. I don't care who they are. The Pope, preachers, anybody.
Okay.
Now, where there's stuff that
I can dig it.
That's the way I look at it.
So, when it comes to the Bible, when does the Bible say that life? When are you granted authority or life under the views of the Bible?
Well, the Bible refers to a human being in the womb as a child. So, I mean, it referred to Jesus when he was in the womb.
It doesn't call it a child, but when does it say that a person is like given rights within the purview of the Bible. It's actually very specific. There's actually a very specific wording. I see the chat is giving it away. Chat, stop giving answers away. The Bible actually says it specifically.
I don't know. I mean, I know the Bible, I think it's Jeremiah was said before, you know, I formed you in the womb, you know, and knit you in the womb.
Yeah,
so
people like to bring up that comment about like
and I know if you know,
womb, yeah. What does it say? What does it say in even Genesis 2? When did Adam receive life?
Adam,
yeah, but still, when did Adam receive life? Just I'm trying to keep it simple.
Adam wasn't born; he was created.
Right, and I'm trying to keep it simple. When
God
was Adam?
Yeah, when God. I mean, you know, why are you asking me this? You already know the answer to it.
I'm going somewhere with it.
Well, God took clay from the ground and he breathed life into it. The two people were not born, and that's Adam and Eve. Everybody else was born. So those two were never born.
Yeah. So it's all connected with breath, right? When they first take first breath, that's
no,
the premise,
that for those two,
right?
For those two, it was.
Okay.
They were not born. They were not conceived. They were not formed in the womb. They did not grow inside of another human being.
Okay.
Those two people are. You can't compare them. Those two are unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't apply what you know what God determined when they came to life, you know, from somebody that is reproduced. Okay. Those two were not reproduced. They were created out of God. Just took some. I mean, I wasn't there, but based on what he says, he just took some land or dirt or whatever, and he breathed life into them. God can give life to anything, but they were not born.
I think we're getting kind of bogged down, and we're not getting to the point that I want to get to, especially because.
Well, if you're going to say that when a baby breathes air, that is when they're born, you're taking that out of context because you're taking.
How am I taking that out of context?
Because you're taking God took clay out of the ground and breathed into it the breath of life or whatever he did at the time. And you're trying to say, well, when a baby's not a human being until it's born, when the Bible actually refers to a child in the womb, and I can quote it for you if you'd like to, where the Bible actually in Jeremiah says, in the womb, I formed you.
Yeah, I already know about that. When we have about, what about Job 33:4?
Let me look it up, man. Hold on.
The Spirit of God has made me. The breath of the Almighty gives me life.
Yeah, what about that? God gives us life. Everything.
Yeah,
we can't create life. All life comes from God.
The Almighty gives me life. Again, it's speaking to being able to receive that breath, and you have to breathe, right? That's where life comes from, right?
No, life comes from God.
Not specifically. I'm not saying breath makes you.
What is it, Jordy? What did you say, Joel? What?
33:4. And then also look up.
The Spirit of God is making me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Absolutely.
Yeah. Also look up 37:5-6. Ezekiel 37:5-6.
Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel 37:5-6.
5. All right, hold on a second. Oh, you're talking about the prophecy of the Valley of Dry Bones?
Yeah, what does it say?
Let's see. I don't know what translation this is, but Ezekiel 30
says the God, Lord, these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter you, and you shall live.
You don't know what that means. That's a prophecy of the nation of Israel. God bringing them back, restoring them.
Yeah, the point that I'm trying to get across is the actual initiation of breath, and actually taking breath and having breath and breathing is when life is granted. There's different passages throughout the entire Bible that actually speaks to having life. When you take a breath, when you receive breath, when there's lungs in your air. You can't. I'm sorry, air in your lungs. You can't have air in your lungs if you're still in the womb. Again,
so you're trying to say that a baby in the womb is not alive?
Yeah, it's not a person. It's not able to actually sustain
but it's alive.
itself. It's not a person. By your religious
no, you
text,
didn't. You said alive.
Your
it's not
religious
alive
text,
until they take a breath.
By your religious text, the premise of life is granted and when someone is able to receive breath. That's your religious text.
No, it's not. Now answer this question. Let me ask you a question.
How is it not?
If it's not alive, why do you have?
No.
If it's not alive, why do you have to kill it?
I want you to address what you just said. We can go past that, but you said I'm literally sitting here saying I've given you multiple passages from the Bible that specifically say that life is connected to breath, and you said that it's not. Now tell me how the Bible's wrong.
No, it is connected to breath, but it's not the only thing.
Okay, what else?
Well, the child in the womb is alive, even in the Bible.
Sure, tell me where the Bible says.
When a child was killed, was unalived, they would be given the death penalty if they unalived a pregnant woman.
No, that's not true.
If the child was, it was.
That's not true. Tell me about, and this is where I was going as well, but like we've been kind of slow walking.
Well, you're trying to say that a child in the womb is not alive, and I'm saying, well, if it's not alive, then why do you have to kill it?
Yeah, that's fine. We can get there, but like
because you're murdering an unborn child.
I get it. Like you're trying to like scurry off to a point, but I want you to stay right here with me. We've established the premise of breath being needed in order to have life, but
that's not mandatory. Does everything that's alive breathe air?
That's perfectly fine. No, I'm not talking about. I'm only going off of your religious belief. Now you're going outside of your religious belief, Sound.
No, is a dolphin alive? Is a shark alive? Do they breathe air?
You're going outside of your religious belief. I'm only talking about your religious belief. No, it's not.
Life, because are fish alive.
Sound, I want you to stop for a second and hear me, please. I understand that you're getting like viscerally upset, but I want you to listen to what I'm saying.
You're ridiculous because you're trying to say that.
But listen, I want you to just stop for a second. We're not talking about outside of the Bible. We're only talking about the religious texts. We're only talking about the Bible. Yes, of course, I understand that plants I understand that plants don't use air. They don't take
your
breath.
Argument is ridiculous.
Actually, are in the ocean. We're talking about your religious text.
It's a plant. Is a fish alive? Answer that question. Does it breathe air?
Yes, a fish is alive. No,
does it breathe air?
Air.
Okay.
Tell me in the Bible. Tell me.
So I guess it can't be alive according to the Bible.
Sound. You are the one that brought the Bible up. I
didn't bring the Bible up. You asked me if I was a Christian. Religion. You're trying to use the Bible to say it's okay to murder.
I need you to stop, Sound. I need you to stop because seriously, you're crashing, and I really want to have this conversation with you. You are. Stop unmuting yourself. That's me. I'm muting you. I'm muting you. That's me. Please, just stop for half a second and listen. The point that's being made is you're using the Bible to justify abortion. That was your point. And so I'm using the Bible to go through different points to tell you how even the Bible doesn't agree with you. Now, you can talk about fish and you can talk about plants. That's not what we're talking about when it comes to the Bible. So we're right here and we're talking about the Bible, right? So I need you to address the context of what we're saying. You said that the Bible does not only talk to life being granted with breath. Tell me where in the Bible that it actually talks about life being granted without also mentioning breath. And yes, Chad, I do understand the water has oxygen in it. I'm trying to keep it simple for him because he's like all over the place. I get it. Sound, I'm going to send you a request to come off mute.
Okay, well, in Luke 141, it refers to the baby, John the Baptist, leaping for joy in the womb. Was the baby alive?
Let's see here. Luke 141. All right.
David, hold on.
No, hold on. I'm pulling it up. I'm looking at you. Wait, no,
13:6.
don't. Well, no. Why would you give me a verse and then try to leave before I can read the verse?
Luke 1:41.
Okay, perfect. So Luke 141, and this is from NIV. When Elizabeth heard Mary greeting, the baby leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. Yeah, the babies move in the womb. What do we? I'm so confused as far as what.
So the baby was alive, right?
Again.
Are you going to argue that the baby wasn't alive? That's all. That's a legitimate question. You're telling me the baby's not alive. I'm saying it is.
The point that I'm trying to get across, and I feel like you're being willfully ignorant at this point. The point that I'm trying to get across is that rights as far as life is granted.
And it actually refers to his name. John the Baptist leaped for joy in Elizabeth's womb. John the Baptist.
Okay. At this point, you're being willfully ignorant, and that's
I'm not
fine.
willfully ignorant.
That's fine. That's fine.
Let's get to the actual point.
He's
referred to as a person. He's referred to by name.
People have names. That's fine.
But he's not alive.
Let's get to the point.
Your point. You have no point.
Oh, I literally do. You've just tried to take us off the off ramp multiple times, but you're getting upset because your actual religious text contradicts your thoughts. That's fine.
No,
perfect.
You're
tell me about
your ignorance of the Bible is so profound.
Tell me about
that you're actually going to tell me that a human being.
Stop running from it. Tell me about the bitter waters. What do you know?
I'm sorry, you said what? About the what?
Tell me about the bitter waters. What do you know?
The bitter waters. What are you talking about? Are you talking about where I guess what are you talking about? Elijah, when he made the water.
I'm talking about the actual husband that thought that his wife cheated on him, and so God gave the priest a prescription for an abortion, the bitter waters, and it talked about how if the wife was unfaithful, then the actual bitter waters that was given would actually cause her to have an abortion, and if that was the case, it would be a property crime, and the person that the wife cheated with would have to pay a fine.
You mean God would unalive the child? That's not an abortion.
The bitter waters.
What did he have a doctor go in there and crush the baby and suck it out?
So
God kills a lot of people. God kills a lot of people.
I hear you. I hear you.
There's nothing wrong with
if you look at the actual text, it talks about how the bitter waters causes the womb to contract, and it causes the actual baby that's in the womb to unalive, right? And
God did. God may have done that.
God didn't just say smite the baby. It's literally.
Well, he could have.
Yeah, he could have, but he didn't. He absolutely didn't.
I know, but he did. But he can.
Sure. Your Sky Daddy can do everything. He's super powerful. He can lift all the cars in the world, and he can run faster than the Flash. That's not the fucking point. The point is, in the Bible, it's literally a priest administering the bitter water to the wife. And if there is an abortion, then the abortion is a property crime, and the person that actually caused the baby to be or impregnated the woman has to pay a fine. It's not murder. That's the point. Like you're bouncing all around, and we can't even get to the point.
That was in an instruction by God.
Okay,
he didn't. Okay, that if that priest would have went out and done that to anybody else, he would have been murdering an innocent, child, or if he didn't have authority through God. That was an instruction by God. When God takes somebody out, everything belongs to him. If God wants to take somebody out, it's not immoral. If we unalive in other words, think of it this way, in a real quick analogy. If you have a garden in your yard and you want to go up and pull some of your plants up and throw them away, or pull some tomatoes and throw them in the garbage, there's nothing wrong with that. It belongs to you. If you go over to your neighbor's yard and you pull up their plants, that's not your property.
Your
That's
analogy
wrong.
is flawed.
This
because
is God.
The
This
actual,
is God's
your analogy
world.
is flawed because even if in your analogy I was to accept your premise, the women,
kill anybody he wants to. It's not-
the actual plants inside of the women's bodies is their plants, and so if they want to pluck the plant out of their body, they can. That's fine. Give me a second. Solid.
No, they can't.
Solid. You do religion?
I can. What's up?
Okay. I mean, I didn't know if you wanted this because I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, what the fuck are we having? But
I mean,
okay.
that other Chud was appealing, but I just got to ask a question. Are you saying that ABs are okay when God says it's okay?
Everything is okay when God says it's okay.
Okay. So if God told you today to unalive a baby, would you do it?
If God came down from heaven and like he did Abraham, and told him to unalive his child.
If he came to you today, and told you just, why don't you punt that baby for the 20?
If God came down from heaven, you would do whatever he tells you to do.
You would. How would you know it was him?
That's what I'm saying. Unless I knew for sure it was, I wouldn't do it.
How would you know for sure?
Well, how would you know?
Well, God would never do that because he doesn't do that now.
But he did that.
But I guess if the
you can't say he would never do that if he did that.
Well, I guess if the skies parted and God came down and
the skies parted, like Aurora Borealis.
You're just being silly.
Okay, all right. You're running from it. You're just writing it off because you're in the corner now. That's okay.
Well, no,
you don't have to engage
stupid.
me.
I mean, what's your question?
My question is,
why do we deal in? Why do y'all deal in this? Why don't we deal in reality instead of this hypothetical?
Now you want to deal in reality?
Hold on, Sal. Let's do this because this isn't even the person I want you to talk to. The
I
person
don't need religion to argue my point.
Sure, that's fine. I'm good with that. We're going to get out of religion.
Listen, my point is, if it's alive inside of me, I should be allowed to unalive it, and I'm cool with it.
But this is what we're going to do because the person that I want you to talk to is actually in the request. I really want you to talk to him, but let me finish this up because I want to get to a point with him. I'm going to round this base really quick. Okay, sound. Let's take religion out of it because apparently religion is like very touchy. I get it, right? It's personal for a lot of people.
I'm not going to.
That's fine. So let's remove religion. Let's move on. Yeah, let's remove religion, right? I do want to talk to you about my actual premise because you said let him talk to one. No, I didn't want to. I wasn't even trying to get tied down on like abortion because I don't think that men should actually be quote unquote debating abortion. This is the point that I really wanted to get to. Sound. Can we agree, right, that we want as many lives saved as possible?
Yeah, innocent lives, absolutely.
Yeah. So we don't want babies to lose their lives. You and I can agree on that, right?
No, absolutely not. Not innocent. No, absolutely not.
Okay. And so your premise behind saving the innocent lives is you want, and just to verify, do you agree with any exceptions when it comes to abortion?
None. Absolutely none.
Okay, perfect. So it's just like full blank.
I personally, if you believe in exceptions, you're not pro-life as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
You're just confused.
Would you support a nationwide abortion ban?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And so is it fair to say that you're willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that there are no abortions and babies don't lose their lives?
I don't know about that.
Well, in the sense of like legal purpose, I'm not saying that you're going to go out and, start rounding people up or anything, but like to the fullest extent.
Yeah, I mean, as far as legally, I support a constitutional amendment banning abortion. Absolutely.
Right. Okay, perfect. All right. With that being said, I got something for you. And this is a win-win situation, right? Because this actually fulfills the end goal that you're looking for, right? It actually meets the criteria as far as eliminating abortion and ensuring that as many babies as possible get to make it to see, first day in kindergarten and graduation and all this other stuff. Mandatory vasectomies.
Why would we do that? But God said we need to be fruitful and multiply.
Sure. Okay, listen to my thought then. Mandatory vasectomies, right? We can mandate vasectomies for men because vasectomies are 1, safe and reversible. 2, they're the same level of being reversed up to 5 years. After that 5-year period, there is a little bit of a decrease when it comes to the ability to reverse, but it's still there. 3, you can actually freeze your sperm prior to the vasectomy, so you can actually continue to produce babies. But the point being is vasectomies are safe, efficient. They're more safe and efficient than any form of birth control that a woman can have. It's more safe and efficient than the pill, the shot, or the IUD. And this addresses the root cause of the issue, Sound, right? Because the premise is that women shouldn't have abortions, right? But if you actually eliminate the even the possibility of abortion, you directly go to the source instead of treating the symptoms, and you say men have mandatory vasectomies, then you don't have to worry about women being pregnant when they don't want to be pregnant, or people unintentionally having a pregnancy, and you don't have to worry about those abortions. Whenever a man and a woman decide together, hey, let's have a baby, then the man can get the vasectomy reversed and they can have the baby. Again, it's a quick outpatient surgery, quick snip, boom, you go about your way.
No,
you and I should be able to agree on that, right?
No, I disagree 100%. I think, you know, in that relation, I think I would probably have a liberal view. My body, my choice.
Why? Hold on, that doesn't make sense.
Well, the fact of the matter is if people don't want to have children, then they shouldn't have sex or.
Oh, so now you're just meat watching. Listen, I don't believe in meat watching. I think that people should be able to have sex whenever they want. And if a person,
and this is what I believe, if a baby is born,
wait, hold on, because
the
now you're
parents should
sitting here
support
talking.
it.
That's fine. That's fine. I agree, right? We can agree on the born part, but listen, now you're going to morality as far as whether or not you think that people should or should not be having sex. We're not talking about that. We're talking
nobody
about,
has a right to make somebody have a vasectomy. I think that's.
Wait, but didn't you just support a nationwide abortion ban?
Yeah, against murder.
Okay, but again, if we're sitting here saying, if you're saying that you support a nationwide, listen to me for a second, Sal.
My ban prevents somebody from touching another human being and hurting him. Yours forces the government.
Hold on, how?
Yours forces the government to touch a human being and affect their body.
No.
Yours is actually.
Listen for a second, Sal, because I know people like I've been super unsuccessful with this.
I see your point. I completely 100% disagree.
Sure, but listen to me for a second, because I've been super unsuccessful because for some reason when I start mentioning like regulating the man body, like people for some reason have like this adverse reaction. I don't get it, but like follow me for a second. If we can both agree that we don't want abortions, right? You and I can sit here and say, Sound. You and I can say we don't want abortions together, right? We can just say that. Yeah, okay, perfect. So if we don't want abortions, I don't know about you. I don't think the thing that you and I can agree on is I don't care if people have sex. Like I have like let as many people have sex with who they want to, when they want to. I don't care. So I'm not the morality police. But what I am saying is if you have a safe and effective way to make sure that unintended or unwanted pregnancies don't occur, then why wouldn't you take that?
Well, they don't occur in my world because every woman that I've impregnated, which is one, had the children, and I supported them, and they supported them.
Right,
we didn't have.
I'm not talking about Sound.
So
listen, you sound like a outstanding guy. I'm not talking about you, but we're talking about the society that we live in, right?
Having to get a vasectomy when it's not needed. I'm not out. I don't treat sex as a sport. I don't go around sleeping with, people for sport. So I don't need a vasectomy.
Sure, but Sound, you said that the ends justify the means. And so even by your premise,
right? The ends justify the means.
You did when you were talking about an abortion ban. Because listen, not every single woman, that's the constitutional right of everybody, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, everybody has the right to life. And an actual mandatory vasectomy wouldn't stop anyone having the pursuit of life. That's the point.
Well, I'm not
sitting here saying castrate people.
That would prevent a lot of babies being born. But I don't think that's
okay. Hold on.
Question, that's not the right solution.
Sound. Think about it. Are vasectomies reversible? Yes or no?
Sometimes.
No, they not
are. Not always.
They are. There are rare cases. There's no certainty in anything. So I'm not going to say they're 100%.
Well, after a vasectomy has been done, the longer the longer you go, the less likely it is to be reversed.
Yeah, I addressed that. Did you hear how long I said you have where it's the same level?
Well, yeah, I'm not a doctor, man. I'm not going to act like
no,
I am,
but did you hear when
I'm just saying
I've already thought about that point. I've literally thought about that point.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
No, did you hear what I said?
Well, what we could do, we could sew up women's vaginas. I mean, what the hell?
Why? What, like the point of you saying that it's literally there's no way a woman can get pregnant without a man lending the sperm to impregnate her. So why not address the root cause of the issue instead of an actual?
I think the Democrat Party would disagree with you there, but I agree.
I mean, I hear you. Like, you're trying to get off track. Listen to me for a second, because you said that.
I've heard your point, man. I disagree.
So, I know. Just stop for a second. Up to 5 years. 5 years. If you get a vasectomy today, and then you get it reversed tomorrow, same level of being able to reverse it, and you can go on to have kids. If you get a vasectomy today, and then you get it reversed in 4 years, same level, right? Same level. Up to 5 years in most cases. I don't want to say every case, because of course there's some differences in cases, but that's like individual. We're talking about the majority of the time. Up to 5 years, it's the same thing. So the premise that I'm getting across is at 16, you mandate that boys get vasectomy. And then until 21, they can actually keep the vasectomy and then get it reversed once they're 21, and they can start to, not only are they older, they're wiser, they can actually make better decisions with their lives. We understand that, like, most people, frontal lobes don't develop until 24. So even you're still a little bit younger than that, but you've actually decreased the amount of underage people that are engaging in, having to have abortions. People are more stable as they get older. So again, when you address that at a younger age, it's reversible. And even more, you can freeze sperm. So prior to the vasectomy, you can even have them freeze their sperm, just in case the people say, you know what, I don't want to get the vasectomy reversed, but at some point in the future, I do want to have kids.
Well, I think the better option is just, if you get someone pregnant, you allow the child to be born and you take responsibility for it. If you don't want it, put it up for adoption.
Yeah, but see, again, you're talking about
what's wrong with, why
are you addressing the symptom?
Well, you're trying to find a place where to stop it. So the problem with the vasectomy is you're including a lot of responsible people having to get a vasectomy that don't need to.
But when you talk about abortions, if you put an abortion ban in, then you put a lot of people in.
Irresponsible people.
Sure. Okay. But now you're talking about morality. But if you talk about an abortion ban, then you actually
it's not ban. So it's not. It is moral. It's very moral to go in.
It's your morality, bud. Your morality is not everyone's morality. Your morality is not everyone's morality. That's why you don't govern based off of morality. But the point that I'm making
there is only one morality.
No, there's not.
Morality is objective.
Exactly. Anyway, the point that I'm saying,
when
you sit there and you say mandatory abortions, then you actually wrap up people who medically need, like DNCs. They need that, or they're going to lose their lives. So you're sitting here saying that you're wrapping up.
No, they do that when a child's already passed. If a child's already passed away.
Stop for a second. DNCs are a part of abortion, and in states now that actually outlaw abortions, you can't get a DNC unless it's quote unquote medically necessary. And in multiple cases, including in Georgia, in Texas, in Florida, people have not gotten approval to have that actual DNC, women, and they've lost their lives.
They shouldn't have one if it's not medically necessary. I agree with that.
What was the last point that I just said?
Well, no, you're saying that women
lost their lives.
They didn't get abortion, so they lost their lives. That's not true. That's ridiculous.
So you don't think that any women have lost their lives because they couldn't get a DNC?
Well, let me give you an example.
No. I need you to answer the question. I don't care about your example.
No, my daughter.
I don't care. Listen, stop it. I don't care about your example. I need you to answer the question. Stop it, because now you're trying to actually get away from what I'm saying. Are you
No,
saying,
I don't support abortion under any circumstances.
I don't care.
Never.
I don't care about your support. I'm not even, that's not the question. Listen to the question. Are you saying that there have been no women that have lost their lives because they could not get an abortion?
Oh, I'm sure it's possible.
It's not only possible, the numbers have increased since Roe has been overturned. Like the number of women who have lost their lives due to not being able to access abortions have increased since Roe has been overturned.
All right. Do the number of women that have died from having abortions, has it decreased since Roe versus Wade has been
I just said it increased. What are you talking about?
No, the women that have died from having abortions. Have women ever died from having abortions? They die all the time.
Okay. You're saying that they get an abortion and they
more
lose
women,
their lives because of abortion.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. More women are alive.
That's the actual.
They don't go do that.
No, that's not true. How do you quantify that?
Yeah, it is.
How do you quantify that?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, how do you quantify it?
Well, how do you quantify what you're doing?
I just told you, I quantify that by the fact that since Roe has been overturned, women have not been able to gain access to abortions in certain states. And since they have not been able to gain access to abortions in certain states, the number of women that have lost their lives due to needing an abortion but not being able to access it has increased.
All right, let's see. Global statistics.
But again, you're going back to abortions. Hold on.
An estimated 20 million unsafe abortions occur yearly, resulting in 47,000.
Again, you're trying to actually muddy the water, and now you're saying global. I didn't say anything about the world. We're only talking about the U.S., and I was only talking about the amount of women that cannot gain access to abortions, that need abortions. But even more than that, you're trying to get back to abortions.
Women don't need abortions.
I want to talk about mandatory vasectomies. I agree. Sure. Let's say women don't need abortions. If we can agree on mandatory vasectomies, then they don't need abortions. We can stop talking about abortion. We can completely eradicate the word abortion if we do mandatory vasectomies.
Well, we could castrate all the men and there wouldn't be any.
Why? That's weird that you want to go that far. Why would you want to castrate them?
I'm not going to support mandatory vasectomy.
Exactly. You know why you won't do it? You know why you won't do it?
Because I'm not an idiot.
No, it's because all you want to do is fucking control women. That's the point. That's the entire point. No. Because I gave you something.
The baby inside a woman has a...
I gave you something that absolutely fulfills the want, desire, and need, your end goal. Your end goal was to eliminate abortions and to save babies. I gave you a way to eliminate abortion and save babies, but you refuse to actually engage in that because that has nothing to do with controlling women's bodies. I'm sitting here telling you that we can address the actual root cause, but you don't want to address the root cause. You just want to control women and you want to control their bodies. That's all that
you want to murder baby. You want to control babies' bodies by murdering them.
I'm literally sitting here saying that we... Okay, sound.
You don't care about babies.
One more time. Listen to me
and
one more
it's
time.
Not the mob. It's not the
sound. Stop. Just listen to me one more time. Seriously.
Hey, it's on.
Sure. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not. Listen, sound. I'm not even arguing with you on any of those points. I'm not. I just want you to hear me on this. If you stop the baby from being formed, then you don't have to worry about the abortion. If every time that I make a sandwich, my dog eats my sandwich, like every single time I make a sandwich, I put it on the counter, my dog eats that sandwich, gone, never get to eat my sandwich. If I don't make the sandwich, then the dog can't eat the sandwich. All I'm saying is if we mandate vasectomies, then the dog doesn't get to eat the sandwich. That's the point.
Well, I mean, I disagree, man. I think it's the people just need to have self-control.
Okay, so now you're saying that you need to actually your point is morality, which again I don't agree.
Well,
like
see,
your morals aren't my morals and my morals aren't yours. So then why are we governing off morals?
Well, basically, what you're saying is you're using the argument that not allowing a woman to have an abortion is not giving her control over her own body.
I'm not arguing anything about women.
But
I'm
actually,
arguing anything about men.
the body
You keep
inside
going back
of
to
her
women.
is not her body.
Again, Sound.
It's
I don't care.
It's a different child.
Sound.
But you do advocate
Sound. You and I are not talking about women. We're
men's
talking about
bodies
men.
by having vasectomies.
No,
so
you know what?
You're,
okay,
you're
hold
the
on.
one
I'm so
that
glad
you're
that
the
you
one
said
that wants to control people's
I'm so glad
bodies,
that you said that.
not
Thank you
me.
for saying that. Thank you for saying that, Sound.
I don't.
I agree. I do not believe in mandating anything for the man body and then not the woman, but I also don't agree with mandating anything for the woman body and not the men. So listen,
What
this
about
is my
the baby's
wild premise.
body?
Hold on, listen for a
But you
second.
do
Hold on. So this is my wild premise. This is my
murder
wild
the
premise.
unborn baby.
Sound, just stop for a second. You're crashing, bud. This is my premise. Since you and I can't agree, right? I'm advocating for mandatory vasectomies. You're advocating for the actual ban of abortions. How about we call it a wash and there's no actual regulation on human bodies and we let the individuals make the decisions that's best for them? How about that as a compromise?
All right, then why is murder illegal in our society?
Because murder is the
should we make murder legal?
Again, you're now talking about the subjective whether you deem the baby. We literally took religion.
The baby
out
is
of this.
alive.
How?
I don't think you should be able to murder a baby just like you shouldn't be able to murder anybody else.
Because if we talk about the religious text, we've already agreed not to talk about the religious text.
No, you don't need the religion. Do you need a
let's talk
religious
about the
text to know that murder's bad?
Let's talk about the Constitution.
Do you need the Bible to tell you?
When are rights granted based off of the Constitution of the United States of America, Sound?
Well, when you're a person.
When
you're a human being.
Rights, it's literally in the Constitution. It said it's for all people what?
What, foreign and domestic or what? I don't know. I don't know, man.
All people born. All people born. The Constitution, literally, the United States Constitution, because we're taking religion out of this because other people.
All right. Well, does a baby have the right to vote?
You could be a person that is.
Have the right to due process?
Stop for a second, because again, listen, you're at this point, Sound.
And exercise.
Sound. At this point, you're being willfully obtuse.
The Constitution does not determine.
Sound. Can you please stop and just listen? Because at this point, you're literally just saying things. Because you don't know what you're saying, and you won't let me finish the point. The point that I'm making is the United States Constitution. The United States Constitution states that rights are granted to all persons born. All persons born. So prior to birth, under the Constitution of the United States of America, you do not have rights. You do not have rights within the womb. So based off of the United States Constitution, now you can try to go and say, what about due process and voting and all this other stuff? We understand that there's amendments and articles that make adjustments as far as the rights that are given. But the point that the United States Constitution makes is that people have access to rights when they are born. Prior to them being born, they cannot access those rights.
Well, our founding fathers did not realize that women would be murdering their unborn children.
Why?
So if they would have known that, I'm sure they would have addressed it.
What's older, the Bible or the United States of America?
Well, I think you know the answer to that question. That's
okay,
stupid.
Cool. So even if we go out the premise as far as like the Bible and them talking about like abortions, like the abortions has been around longer than the United States of America. But again, you're getting past the point. And I want you to address this one last time for me. Just listen to me. Let me lay it all out for you. And then you tell me what your decision is. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you are sitting here saying that you don't believe in abortions, and you talked about your actual religious premise. And I'm saying we made a decision. We're going to keep religion out of it because, you know, the Bible has to be interpreted and then not everyone's Christian, blah, blah, blah. Cool. You still advocating for abortions because you don't want to lose any innocent babies. You don't want people to be able to actually take the lives of babies. I granted you that premise. I said, I agree. I agree that I don't want any babies losing their lives. You and I agree that at the end of the day, if whatever we can do within a legal realm to ensure that babies don't lose their lives, we're willing to do it. You and I agreed on that one, right? We agreed on that one.
Yeah, within reason.
And it's exactly within reason. And so the premise that I gave you was instead of actually addressing a symptom, we can address the root cause, which the root cause is without men giving their semen, then the women cannot become pregnant, right? So if we address the root cause with mandatory vasectomies, which are reversible, which are safe, efficient, they're more safe and efficient than any birth control that a woman can take. It's an outpatient surgery. It's cheaper than abortion, and it eliminates the unwanted need for abortion, right? So we don't even have to, we take that power out of the women's hands to even say they do or they don't, and we address that issue. Also, there are mitigating factors. Again, 5 years is reversible, but you can also freeze your sperm prior to the abortion, and you can still have babies, even if you decide that you don't want prior to the vasectomy, even if you don't want the vasectomy reversed. So with that being said, I think that we should have mandatory vasectomies and we deal with the men. You think we should have mandatory abortions and we deal with the women. You and I can't agree on the opposite, right? I don't see the mandatory abortion, and for some reason you don't see the mandatory vasectomy. So at this point, because I've given you a premise that address what you want, and it eliminates the need to restrict women, but we've decided that we don't like to restrict people because you don't like to restrict men. I don't like to restrict women.
So no, I like to restrict people from murdering people. Absolutely.
So therefore, again, you can't.
That's why we have laws for it.
Exactly. And we've already talked about the Constitution. Is the Constitution the law of the land?
Yeah.
Okay. And when does the Constitution grant rights?
Where does the Constitution condone abortion, murder?
When does the Constitution grant rights?
Constitution doesn't address everything.
When does the Constitution grant rights?
Well, the rights of the Constitution would start when you're born, I guess.
Exactly. So if you're not born under the law of the land, you don't get rights.
Say that. That's not what the law says.
It's literally what's in the Constitution. The Constitution grants rights.
No, it's not.
All people, all persons born. It says that. Anyway, the point that I'm making is, if you and I can't agree on this, then why not allow the individuals to make their own decisions instead of either one of us mandating something?
Well, that's not what you're saying. You're saying forced vasectomies, mandatory vasectomies. That's not a choice.
And yes, an abortion ban would be forcing people to either have the baby or lose their lives because they can't have a baby.
No, that's ridiculous. What percentage of people die because of, that's just the risk of being alive. Sorry.
Sure.
If you didn't want to have, the risk of having a baby,
you know what's funny? And this is the reason. No, see, now you're talking about morality. And again, I don't care about your morals. I don't care about your morals. It is morality. It is, because you're sitting here. You're sitting here saying that people should. Cool. Quick question. Is the only purpose to have sex is to reproduce? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Typically, out of a 30-day period, how many days in a typical situation, I know there's, extremes and outside of, typically within a 30-day period, how often can a woman get pregnant?
Oh, hell, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. There's a few days or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be during their ovulation window. And of course, there's different parameters where it could be extended based off of the sperm living and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it's during their ovulation period. Usually it's a specific day, right? But it's a window, right? It's a small window. And once they're pregnant, how long do they have to wait before they can become pregnant again?
Oh, heck, I don't know, man. A month or two? I don't know. Ask a doctor. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Wait, so you're saying when someone is pregnant?
I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, you have kids, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how long it takes for a woman to conceive again after they have a child. I don't know that shit, man. I'm telling you, I don't know.
That's not what I said. I said after a woman is pregnant, how long does she have to wait again before she can become pregnant again?
Well, I assume you were talking after she had the child.
No, I mean like after she's been impregnated.
Well, I guess 9 months and then whatever. How longer after that? I don't know.
It's longer than it's longer than 9 months. In typical situations, most people wouldn't be able to be pregnant again until about at least 11 months, right?
Yeah,
About
I'll
11
take your word for it,
Okay,
man. I have no idea.
Perfect. So let's say women, in most cases, just to kind of round it up, most cases, a woman can get pregnant once a year, right? Is that acceptable to say?
Yeah, I'd say that's reasonable.
Okay, perfect. Out of 30 days, how many days a year can a man impregnate a woman?
Well, I would think it's probably the same all the time, right?
So
I don't know.
You mean 30 days?
I don't know, man. If a man's sperm changes throughout
it doesn't.
I have no idea.
It doesn't. Men can impregnate women
every day.
Yeah, exactly. Solid every day. And so let's say we had a determined man who was actually having sex with different women every day, 365 days. How many babies, how many people can he get pregnant within a year?
Well, I guess if he has sex once a day, 365 babies, right?
Yes. So let's say 365. So we talk about a woman who can be impregnated only during a specific time. And even when that time window is met, then they have to wait, approximately a year before they can do it again. But we talk about a man that can literally get women pregnant every single day. Who do you think it's more important to, if you had to regulate someone, who do you think it's more important to regulate? The person that can actually be impregnated once every year, or the person that can impregnate someone every single day?
I don't think you should regulate anybody.
And see, there's a disconnect. Because if you don't think that you should regulate anybody, then you should allow people to make their own decisions. I think we're there. I think we're there. But listen, I think that I think we've run this gauntlet up and down, and the point that I'm making is that you're just not getting there. You're just not getting there. It's literally the best solution. It's the best solution for what people want. Or you can just stop trying to force women to have babies. Like I don't get that. And also the meat watching thing is weird. No one is going to take your stance as far as like, oh, people shouldn't be having sex. Sex is fun. Sex is amazing. Sex is great. I am never going to advocate for people not to have.
Do you hear yourself right now?
People, have as much sex as you can, whenever you can, throughout your life. Do it safely. Do it safely. Make sure you're protecting yourself. And if you're in a relationship, do it monogamously. But, have as much sex as you can. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, I got a couple of thank yous to read off. And then, Solid, I want you and Sean. I saw Sean in the course, and I'm happy that Sean is here. I'm going to let both of you talk to Underground. You both can have this one.
For sure.
All right, a couple of quick thank yous because we need to get caught up. So Debbie's in the chat for Mega Cries, who you had an echo for a second. Mega Cries sent a $2 donation saying these Christians are so fragile. Exactly, it doesn't make sense. Debbie's in the chat for Lincoln for the $5 donation saying, isn't Numbers 5, 11-31 a literal recipe for abortion? If a mother is supposed to get an abortion for cheating, why would we ever argue pro-life as a Christian? We're legit being told that the womb should be miscarried. Exactly. Like that was the point that I was trying to make, and he just couldn't get there. Debbie's in the chat for Jenny for the $20 donation saying, Merry Christmas. Thank you for being, thank you for standing up for women. Absolutely. Listen, again, I don't think it's my decision to, talk about like abortions or women's bodies or whatever. I think we can definitely get behind vasectomy. So Debbie's in chat for Diamond for the $1 donation. AB Band Death, Amber Thurman, Candy Miller. Exactly. Like they've literally happened. Then another one says Jocelyn Barnica and Nevaeh Crane. Exactly. Like there's literally, it's happened to multiple women. W's in the chat for Brenda for the $5 donation saying, I'm proudly child free, and guys like the guest is why I'm celibate. My tubes, my tubal litigation and indomitable. I don't know what you were trying to say there. I don't know. So many of my eggs, my eggs love fertilize just falls out. I'm not sure what you were saying there, Brenda, but I'm assuming that the premise is that yeah. Happy holidays though. Thank you for the 5. I'm sorry. I don't know what you were saying there, but I'm right there with you. Debbie's in the chat for Diamond for the $1 donation, who said Portia Nunes and more. Exactly. Debbie's in the chat for Courtney for the $5 donation saying when they lose the plot, they crash out. Like, I don't understand like why they have such a reaction to that, or maybe not. I'm lying. I do understand that they have that type of reaction because again, it's not about their religious belief. It's not about morality. It's literally just about controlling women. So there's that. W's in the chat for Diamond for the $1 donation as well. So ask him if you think single women can only access ABs. I don't think that's the case. W's in the chat for Greg for the $5 donation as sound. How does sound say about 278% again, I think you're trying to say biracial births. 278% increase in biracial births. I wish Cash App would give more.
Can I say something, bro?
No,
when you get
stay
done,
on mute. I'm almost finished. I said I had a lot to catch up with. Yeah. Diamond, again, thank you for the $1. Don't have sex, marry couples, access AB. That's stupid. W's in the chat for Maggie for the $6.60 donation. Thanks for being a man teaching men. I'm trying to. I don't think that we should be sitting here, talking about women like that. And W's in the chat for Darcy with the $20 donation saying, just ask Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was on a roll. W's in the chat for Andy for the $10 super chat to say, can you please show this idiot your magic trick? I did. And W's in the chat for Cullen for the $4.99 super chat. Just sent the super chat and love. Sorry, guys, I had to get caught up. I apologize. Oh, one more time. Dragon Lover, W's in the chat for Dragon Love for the $5 donation saying, happy holiday, my friend. Happy holidays to you as well. And W's in the chat for Amanda for the $1 donation saying, I have a blood disorder. If pregnant, one or both of us would unalive. I wanted to get my tubes tied, but the doctor won't because according to her, I may change my mind. That's from a woman. Exactly. That's like the weirdest shit. Also, like how women have to get permission from their husbands before they can get their tubes tied. Like all that shit's weird. Anyway, sorry, chat. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Can we knock out the donuts? The donuts are the daily gift goal. Can we take care of those? I've been saying that I know I've been yapping. All right, we're going to give the floor to Solid and to Sean. We have Solid and Sean up here. Make sure we're taking care of both of them. Please, please, please. 1, make sure we're following them. 2, make sure we're gifting them. Show them some love. And 3, mods, can we get both Solid and Sean's pay links running in the bio? Please show them some love. Please, please, please. Did somebody with Sean and I discovered last night that Sean loves scones. So, somebody buy Sean a scone. All right. With that being said, Solid, I'm going to let you start because you've been waiting. Underground. Okay. So he's a black, I wouldn't say black Republican, but he stands for what Trump is doing. But even more than the crux of it is he is FBA, and he also says that his grandpa was a Black Panther, but he supports and stands behind the efforts of the Republican Party.
Okay, because that was my question, right? I seen, because I ain't gonna hold you. He said, F the Democrats, Black Power, right? Yeah. And at first I was like, W, right? But something told me, I had a sinking suspicion that he was saying that he was doing it from a conservative place. For anybody who's not tracking, the FBA relates to a group called Foundational Black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Their idea is that you must be a legacy Black American, a descendant of American slaves, and it has to be on your father's side. Otherwise, you are not entitled to reparations.
And just to be clear, so Underground doesn't necessarily claim to be FBA. He just subscribes to a lot of the FBA theories from multiple conversations that I've had with him. So that's why I categorize him as FBA. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
All right. Which is silly, right? Just the love of Black capitalism is extremely anti-Black. So I don't
anti-Black. You was just talking about vasectomies, wasn't you? Wasn't y'all?
For sure. W vasectomy.
Isn't that anti-Black?
No.
Oh, okay. My bad.
That's
My bad
silly.
to cut you off. Okay, keep going. My fault.
Yeah. That's silly, bro. You mean a black man being able to determine whether or not he being able to plan his family?
Yep, that's exactly what I mean.
That's anti-Black. Being able to plan my family.
If you're stripping it, yes. If you're stripping it, yes, it is.
You like capitalism, don't you?
I mean, that's what we in. I don't like it or hate it.
Okay, all right.
That's
So then you should want to stack your money up before you have a family?
Of course.
So then once you're far away, you could do that is to get a vasectomy.
Huh? What's the question?
So okay. So
how does that correlate?
I don't think any of this has anything to do really with your ideologies. I think it's got everything to do with how much you love white people.
My ideology is Black power. So if you're talking that vasectomy stuff, you love white people.
Can't be.
You love Fauci and Bill Gates.
I think that you want to follow up. There it is again.
And democratic science.
Who told you to dislike vaccines, my guy?
Who told
Was
me?
it Black people that told you to dislike vaccines?
Who told you should get the vaccine and that it? Who told you that the community that needed the most?
I'm gonna ask you one more time because you're avoiding it.
Can I answer this directly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask the question one more time. Who told us to what?
Who told us to dislike vaccines?
No. I'm asking what Underground's. Ask the question.
I said
no, I don't want to pay attention to that pivot.
No.
Why you gonna answer the
he
pivot?
wants to have a debate. Thank you. Let's have an
Trust me.
actual debate. I appreciate that.
Underground. Ask the question again. Who told us to do what about vaccines?
Who told us to rush out there and get the vaccine in the first place?
Wilma Rudolph.
Okay. Now, do you support that? You think that's okay?
Who's Wilma Rudolph?
He has no idea. Sean just said that, like,
I could care less what it is.
That makes sense. Sean,
I thought you was Black Power, bro.
Exactly. How you gonna leave Underground?
Oh, you talking about the lady that invented
Here's
that?
two things.
That's
Here's two
different.
things.
We're talking about a whole different vaccine.
If he doesn't know who Wilma Rudolph is,
That's the Black girl that invented vaccines. I don't know who that is.
No, that's not.
I forgot what you was talking about.
Stop it.
I ain't know about name.
She did not invent vaccines. This is my whole thing. If you don't know who Wilma Rudolph is, you're not about Black power.
I don't.
Yeah,
Wilma Rudolph overcame polio by getting the vaccine. She was a Black Olympian. Never mind, bro. It doesn't matter. The point is, chat, that it was a Black person that we learned from about surviving after having gotten a vaccine. So we can now definitively know that vaccines aren't there to take out the Black man. All right.
You talking about a vaccine?
Let's talk about how anti-Black you are.
Oh, this is 3v1, huh? Yeah, it's funny.
More cope.
Let's talk about
More cope. Just do a better
I'm
job.
here. I ain't ducking nothing. I'm here. Talk about it.
All right. Well, be here and lock in. Let's talk about how anti-Black you are. How come you want to see Black people in chains?
I don't.
Of course you do.
Where you get
you
that
love
from?
capitalism.
I never said I love capitalism. I said I don't hate it. It is what it is. That's exactly what I said. Do you have
okay.
Do you have something to talk about? Like what
do
is
you
this,
believe in
emotions
foundational
or?
Black American ideology?
No, honestly, this is my first time hearing about that. I don't believe in none of that crap.
Well, then what the hell is wrong with you then?
I'm Black power.
You're a Republican.
I don't follow all of
I'll
this.
say this solid. Run through some of the ideology, and I bet you he ticks all the boxes.
Okay. The idea that only African American descendants of slaves.
Outside of the reparation part. I don't think he
Oh,
and I
okay,
ever
okay,
talked
okay.
about that, but like the other premises.
abortion is wrong. Women should be subservient. Black folks are capable of racism. What am I missing, sis?
Underground, do you disagree with any of those?
I mean, you have to say, like, what are they fighting for? That's not really saying much. I mean, I don't really support it, but I'm not against it. I haven't heard anything to have a way. Y'all not talking about nothing tangible. Y'all talking about nonsense. Who the hell is FBA? Let's talk about these Democrats, how they created the KKK. Let's talk about that.
You already know that you can't say that on TikTok Live. You have to say Triple K.
My bad.
Also, can you turn the TV down in the background? It's kind of loud.
Yeah, I got you.
A couple of quick thank yous because I think Solid had to take a quick call. So I want to say thank you to a couple of different people really quick. Greg, thank you so much for the $5 donation saying white evangelicals only wanted to increase the white birth rate because they never praised the 278% increase in biracial birth rates that occurred between 2020. I don't think you meant to say 2020, 2020. But yeah, like they never talk about those things. W's in the chat for Kevin for the $15 donation. Kevin, thank you so much for the 15 to say your debates need life support today. Yeah, like it's wild.
I'm Mike.
They're crashing. W's in the chat for Dragon Lover. Dragon Lover sent a $5 super chat that said for my guy Super Solid so he can get a scone too. Exactly. And W's in the chat as well for Jade, who sent a $5 donation saying proudly child free. Thank you. And Santana, thank you as well. And then another $5 say keep speaking up. Choice matters. I 100% agree. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted and things appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. We do have, I'm ending the poll because it only had Sean. Mods, can we grab Solid's pay links as well? Let's put both Sean's and Solid's pay links in the bio. And guys, take care of both Sean and Solid while they're up here. Make sure you give them a follow, but show them some love as well. It sounded like you wanted to pivot to, the Democrats creating the Triple K. Solid. That's where he wanted to go.
Oh, to that I have to say, so what? I don't care. So what?
I know you don't care. That's why you were at where you at right now supporting them. It's clear.
Supporting who? I don't support Democrats.
Same way you support vasectomies and Bill Gates science.
Excuse me.
All this crap.
Underground, are you okay,
He's a
bud?
clown.
Are you okay, bud?
I'm not okay. I'm mad
I don't
right
support
now.
Democrats, man. I'm anti-liberal.
I'm not okay. There's too much going on in the world to be okay.
Clearly.
All right?
Clearly you're not all right.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't support liberals. I don't support Democrats. White supremacy is a plague. So I don't care who does it, who started it. I think that it's mainly conservatives who occupy the Triple K. I think that Democrats and liberals are highly permissive of the operations of white supremacy. I rebuke them both because I'm for the liberation of Black people. However,
that's good.
However, I don't jump out of frying pans and into the fire.
Can I tell you something though? I'm afraid we already been liberated. By you saying we're not liberated, you talking down on all the ancestors that fought for us to be liberated. That's my whole.
No, I can give them credit for all of their sacrifices and still recognize the macro level disparities across. Wait, we got to talk one at a time. All right. I can recognize what my mother did. I can recognize what my grandmother did and still recognize that there are macro level disparities across racial lines that have been implemented specifically to create a free and cheap labor force of Black people, people who look like me. I can recognize that avoiding that requires liberation. We're not liberated. So that was a silly thing to say.
We are liberated. We're just not mentally liberated. That's the problem.
Okay, all right. Then explain the macro level disparities across racial lines.
Don't get me wrong. There's still some bumps and hurdles, but
then explain the macro level disparities across racial lines.
Come again? I didn't hear you. I don't think I understood which.
If nothing is holding us back, I need you to explain the macro level disparities across racial lines.
Well, I would say liberal disparities as far as wealth.
Liberal?
I don't know. You're saying some words that I never heard of, but I understand them, but I never heard of them.
I got you.
This nigga doesn't know what macro means?
He doesn't know what macro means.
Word over here.
But we liberated, though.
I don't know what that word. I know liberated means.
We hella liberated, but we don't know what macro means. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart.
I mean, I could look it up. But
hold on. Let's not skim over the fact
large
that he said
scale.
Let's not skim over the fact that he said that you're saying words that he doesn't know, but he knows what they mean.
And I'm willing to learn them. That's liberation right there. I didn't know the word, and I asked you what's the word, and now I know. Liberation
I'm trying to tell you.
at its
That's not what
finest.
liberation is.
Yep.
No.
Go ahead, yeah, sis. Go ahead and ask him, sis.
Ask him what exactly?
What liberation is?
Oh, yeah. What is liberation?
It's to be freed.
That's it.
To
Just
be freed.
What does it mean to be free? Let me ask that.
What does it mean? That's a deep question. I go on for days. That's a whole nother topic. But I will say,
topic?
Yeah, I mean, I will say to be free to start with is we not in chains no more. Ain't nobody beating on my back. Ain't nobody telling me what to do. Ain't nobody scaring me in my hood. That's free.
Do you feel like a liberated person would have access to higher education?
I feel like if we was liberated, see, that's where the catch comes in. Because are we really liberated if we still voting for the same people that's kept us down? So
okay, do you feel like a liberated person would have access to higher education?
Yeah, if we got our act together and do what we have to do for ourselves. Yeah, we would have access to higher
so
education.
you're saying that the reason why Black attendance to PWIs and traditional colleges is low is because we can't get our act together.
No, I'm saying generational wealth has been slowed down.
Generational wealth. Okay. How
long
ago? How many generations ago was segregation?
Generational, I don't know, but I know it was probably about 100 years, barely 100 years ago.
100 years?
60, 80, maybe 80 years.
60 years ago? How many generations is that?
I don't know, man. 6 maybe.
6 generations in 60 years?
Or 1? That's not even a generation. In a generation, 100 years? Or is that a century?
Max it's 3, 4. Max it's 4.
All right. So
listen. My mother was born in 52. My mother, when she gave me I walked 2 miles barefoot both ways uphill, she used to throw in the added little zest. She used to put that stank on it and say she used to walk past 2 white schools. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So no, it wasn't that long ago. You're talking about generational wealth with what? Right? 74% of historically redlined neighborhoods are still as segregated today as they were in the 1930s. Right? Okay. And that's because of something we call de facto segregation.
Let's talk about the 1920s.
Underdog, let me help you out, bro. Do you understand?
No, you want to start from the 30s. Let's talk about the 20s. Let's talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, how it was the highest in Oklahoma. And they had to go shut it down.
I'm going to stop you there because you don't know anything about Tulsa, and this will be embarrassing for you.
Okay.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely.
You don't know
what Shorty's name on the elevator. In the 1930s.
Sure. When did slavery end? On the elevator?
When did slavery end?
What was Shorty's name on the elevator in Tulsa?
I don't know that specific story.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, Sean, you were right. You had it. You got it. Here's the deal. How's Black Wall Street doing right now?
It's not doing good because they shut it down. And guess who shut it down?
There.
Guess who shut it down? Democrats.
It's not there. White people.
Yup, white Democrats.
What? Yeah, white people. Again, you're not going to get me to cape for Democrats.
You've been doing it all
they're
this
lukewarm,
time.
They're flaccid. They're impotent.
Why stop now? You've been doing it all this time. Why stop now?
Excuse me. Underground. liberals and Democrats they don't have the tools necessary to stand up to fascism. You will not get me to endorse Democrats. What I am talking to you about is how cultural hegemony is employed to convince you that capitalism is the way toward freedom. And it is not. Cultural hegemony is mobilized against you to think that conservatism is the way to freedom, and it's not. You just echoed the same talking points that we would hear from white people during the civil rights movement. You don't have a firm grasp on how any of this works. But what you've told me, even though you haven't said it out loud, what I know about you is you come from the mud. You want to get it out the mud.
That's a fact.
You come from abject squalor. You've been in the deep of the deep, right? Right. Where are you from?
Brooklyn.
Right. So you done had to heat the house with your oven.
Shit, it's on right now.
Okay. All right. Right. And so you were experiencing that, and somebody came along and got to you before I could and told you that the answer was just get your act together. Black people can't get it together. Black people can't do right. Black people blaming everybody for all of their problems. Black people, they want to blame the white man instead of, right? They still living on the Democrat plantation. And if you want to be rich, you got to look like this, act like this, walk like this, talk like this. You gotta start a LLC first thing in the morning, wear a turtleneck with a blazer.
I feel how you could think that, but no, that's 100%.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
My grandfather.
You think your way out.
I grew up in a family of black, nothing but people that fought for liberation, black Muslims. All right, so
can't possibly. Can't possibly. You can't possibly think that.
I don't like white people. I don't like white people. But at the end of the day, there's some that fought for us, and there's some that
Fred Hampton is rolling in his grave right now.
No, he's not. Fred Hampton's smiling right now. No, I'm going against the establishment. Y'all for the establishment. That's the problem. So? You for Bill Clinton and all these crooks that's been running this crap for the. You want to talk about generations?
Real quick, underground. Hold on.
You want to talk about generations? How many generations?
I need to address these comments real quick. Give me a high second. So you libs in the comments getting offended, pay attention. Because I have denounced conservatism over and over again. Right? You're not paying attention. And some of you are going to feel really uneasy. Santana is doing us a big one by letting us cook. All right? Some of y'all going to feel real uneasy because we're having a black ass conversation.
And I want to hop in for half a second and say, chat. I mean, I've had this conversation with my chat many of times. I tell you guys all the time that there are certain people that have certain conversations that don't always align with the conversations that you guys are used to. The perspective is going to be different from different people, and that's not bad. It's not bad. Understanding that there's different perspectives is absolutely a positive thing. And you don't have to agree with everything, but you definitely need to hear it. So, there's that. I don't know what to say. Anyway, go ahead, guys.
It's facts. Sis, I think it's time to do the educational violence.
I've been wanting to this whole time, but go ahead. Do you think?
Go ahead, good, sis. We can talk about it. We just need a starting point. Because it seems like he's stuck on this, Republican versus Democrat BS, right? So and that's not a good starting point.
That's what libs fucking do. This nigga's a lib, bro. Like that's all they do.
Sean, you
underground. That's all they do.
I told you that.
Why I gotta stop saying that?
Because I'm black. We don't do the N-word over here. You know that
blacker than black.
I know, but you know we don't do that here.
Blackity black. It's a core fundamental of conservatism to want to maintain and uphold the status quo, to want things to either stay the way they are or to regress to a time that's more fondly remembered. And in a world where food insecurity is high, where Black unemployment is super high, where Black unemployment has never been less than twice that of our white counterparts, in a world where the Black maternal mortality rate is super high, where the Black incarceration rate is super high. Doing the same thing over and over again is harmful to marginalized people. What you need to do, right, is change. Progress is absolutely necessary. Progress is absolutely necessary. Not reform, but I mean absolutely revolutionary progress.
All right. Can you point me to the Democratic state show me the Democratic state today where everything is perfect? Show it to me.
No.
Since you swear by this, so show it to me. Give me an example, please.
I don't know how many more ways I can say it.
Second, really quick.
I know you gotta
Solid. Check your text.
I got you.
Go ahead, Sean.
You got a script, but I'm gonna need you to throw that shit out the window, bro. Cause like we're not libs over here. Like we're not libs over here, nigga. You are lib.
You doing all this talking.
And I get that I 100% understand. I 100% understand that you have that script because you can only say that shit, and that's the only thing that you know. Because you don't know anything else. You don't know who Wilma Rudolph is. You don't know anything about Black
liberation. You don't understand the
You
question.
don't know anything about the disparities. You don't know what macro
No, you
means.
don't understand
I understand
the
the question totally and completely. You don't understand.
You saying all of this about
you don't understand
discrimination,
what we're talking about.
this.
You don't understand what we're talking about.
I understand it 100%. I'm way past that.
No, you don't.
That's the problem.
No, you
Y'all
don't.
stuck on
No, you don't.
slavery bullshit,
Let me see
man.
if I can bring this back just a little bit, because like Underground, the reason why I specifically wanted you to talk to both Sean and Solid is because you have some type of false premise as far as what it means to be pro-Black and what it means to actually stand up for Black people. And you're closely tied to the Conservative Party. And while Sean and Solid might not necessarily agree with my stance as far as
I'm not for neither party. My bad though.
The people on the left being the ones that does like the least amount of harm, while both of them are harmful. I think it's a good thing. Thank you for the Christmas gift. I think it's a good thing that you actually engage in a conversation with both of them, because both of them are literally trying to get you to where you say you want to be, but you're not actually there because you're missing like fundamental premises of your actual like belief. And I promise you, if you actually engaged in what they're saying and actually listen to them, not only do I think you could learn something, but I think your actual perception might shift some to a more positive direction. Also, really quick, W's in the chat for Susan for the $10 donut said this is for Solid. I will make sure to get this 10 to Solid as well. And also W's in the chat for Marie. Hey, Marie, who sent a $6.70 donation. Say to my cousins and the casseroles, brothers and banana bread, sisters and Stanley cups. There are some conversations that we need to listen, not participate. Read the room, Rebecca. W's in the chat for Marie. I appreciate you. And W's in the chat for Junior. Junior, who sent a $1 donation saying NYC don't claim this BITCH. Jeez Louise. Guys, if anyone else like to support the live, Santana speaks for you. Pay links and link tree in the bio. You can send a super chat. I will read that out. I just got Solid's correct information. So we're going to have a poll running here in just a moment with both Solid and Sean's pay links that make sure we are taking care of both Sean and Solid. Their pay links will be running throughout this entire thing. All right. I apologize. Solid, Sean, whichever one of you want to go.
This one, Sean.
Since we're on this note, can we, I got some W's. I got W to Lincoln and W to Dragon Lover. Thank you, Lincoln, for the $2. Thank you, Dragon Lover, for the $5. But he don't want to be over here. He don't care about Black liberation. He cares about tap dancing for white people. That's what he wants to do.
That's you, buddy.
He's sloppy toppying white people. That's all he does. He's not even listening to the conversation. He can't even track. Underground, what does macro mean?
You said it's like a scale. It's like a large amount. It's a scale of something.
What's the scale?
Whatever you pertaining to. That's the scale.
See what I'm saying? It wasn't even 5 minutes ago we told him what macro meant.
I just told you it back.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. He don't want to be over here. But look, bro, listen. I just want to know, I'm going to just tell you this straight out. I'm a full-blown communist. I do not care about Democrats. If you bring up Democrats, I'm going to just call you a lib and I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to point at you and I'm going to laugh at you. And I'm going to get the whole crowd to do it. I'm going to get the whole crowd to call you a lib. Yes, 100%. I'm going to get the whole crowd to call you a lib and we just going to point at you and laugh at you and I'm going to roast you the whole time.
I'm not against that. I'm actually not against that. Can you tell me, can I hear like what's your side of things? Can I get a quick rundown? Like,
I'm a full-blown communist. I want to get rid of the capitalistic framework and all of the frameworks that oppress any other person.
I support that. Because I read some of Karl Marx's works, and I honestly wonder, why. We could go on for days about that, but we can't judge another person when you feel me? We can't judge communism if we never been in a communist country. I'll say that. But anyway.
No, that's not how judgment works. But look,
it is how judgment works. It's a bias.
No, it's not. When you talk, you don't have to be somewhere in order. The bias does not depend on whether or not you are somewhere or never have been somewhere.
I mean, true, but if you have been somewhere, then there is a natural bias. If I'm in if I grew up in a democracy all my life and been taught communism is bad all my life, then, there is going to be some sense of bias. You can't deny that.
Sure, absolutely. And the bias would be unfounded in anything. But what do you think Black people need to do?
I think we need to stop. Honestly, it's a list of things, but I think the first step is stop shaking hands with our enemy, rubbing hands with the enemy. That's my whole stance on everything. We got crooks in office that's been in office, and they haven't faced no repercussions, no backlash, nothing. All of a sudden, we get somebody that's coming in to bring this retribution, and now people acting like a chicken with their head up their ass. All of a sudden, none of this corruption exists, and it's just this one person. But we've been saying F the system for the last, 400 years. Same people that's been in the system, setting these laws. We don't got no smoke for them. But this person come in exposing these MFs, and now everybody got something to say. Everybody a politician now. That's my whole stance. I'm not for the right or the left. It's two wings, same bird. At the end of the day, one of the wings is bringing us down, and it might need to get cut off. And that's the right wing.
So wait. The Republicans.
Wait, that's the left wing, excuse me.
You said, what have you read on Karl Marx?
I mean, I haven't read that much, but I've read a little bit of his manifesto, but not enough to recite it. This was like probably 10 years ago.
The manifesto isn't even scratching the surface of his work. If you don't know what macro means, then you didn't understand Karl Marx. You might as well have not have read him. But
I mean, I know now, so thank you.
Well, I haven't even told you anything about Karl Marx yet.
I'm talking about macro, but you could keep going on. I'm listening.
Okay. Listen. Do you think Black people are still oppressed?
In ways, but yes, we are still oppressed. But I feel like we are heading away from that, but we're trying to be kept in that, if that makes sense.
We're trying to be kept in oppression?
We're trying to be kept oppressed, but we are drifting.
How are we trying to be kept oppressed?
Like mentally. We are mentally oppressed. And it's not all mental. There's still some financial works, but, when it comes to finances, who's putting these laws in, So it's like, it's a deep question.
For Black people, what is it that Black people are doing that makes us still want to be oppressed?
It's a lot we doing. Let's just talk about I'm Muslim, but if you just go by the Bible, of the moral code of the Bible, we're doing a lot of sinning according to the Bible. I don't think we could deny that. And I'm not faulting us either. It's a lot of sinning being pushed on us, but we're not mentally strong to,
What sinning are we doing?
It's a lot. I'm not here to bash us, all right? I'm here to talk about tomorrow.
We're here to talk about Black liberation. What if I told you, here, I'll say this. You being Muslim is anti-Black.
You could think that, but I could say you being Christian is anti-Black as well.
I'm not a Christian.
Well, I could say, what are you? Are you atheist or agnostic,
Yes,
omnis?
I'm an atheist.
All right, I'm more on the omnis side. Do you know what omnis means?
You mean?
You don't know what omnis mean, huh? So
do you mean
you're not for
agnostic?
liberation? No, you're not for liberation. You're not for liberation.
Agnostic?
Omnis, OMNIST.
What's omnis?
See, you're not for liberation.
What's omnis?
It means I believe that there's truth in every religion. I don't believe that.
Omnis.
Oh, maybe I'm saying it wrong. All right, maybe I'm saying it wrong. That's on me then.
I was omniist. Yes, I know what that is.
All right,
yes.
my fault then. I take that. But that's what I am.
I would say that every religion is anti-Black.
You can make an argument for that.
But I would make this argument, like you're saying that we are still trying to be oppressed because we continue to sin on the basis of a religion given to us by colonizers. I don't understand that.
Yes, you're right about that, but there's also a moral code. We also have, just because it's in the Christianity, don't forget that these stuff was taken from our original religious texts. So just because this is, the names have been changed, the stories are from our moral codes from way back. Not all of them, some of them be rewritten, but yes.
I don't know what you mean by moral code. Because these things...
The way of life, the codes of Hammurabi, the art of war, all that stuff. What's the 10 tablets? It is a moral. It's not, but it's in that.
I don't know what morals means. What does that mean?
Morals is, come on, man. What are we talking about right now, bro?
We're talking about Black liberation. You're saying Black people
what
are not
morals
sticking
mean.
to a moral code, and that's
I'm about to do this.
I do not know what morals means.
Well, I don't either. I don't either.
Solid. I'll ask this. Solid. Do I know what morals means when people say it?
No.
I have no idea what that means. I do not go by morals at all. Morals do not exist. They're nonsensical.
I could tell because you support vasectomies and stopping Black men from reproducing. So I could tell you don't go by no morals. You'll fall for anything.
I don't. But this is
you
the whole
go
thing.
with Bill Gates.
I support abortion all 9 months. I don't necessarily care about vasectomies. That was a compromise that was given by somebody else. But for me particularly, I don't necessarily care about none of that. I think anyone should be able to abort at any point in time. Like I don't care about that.
So
what I'm talking about is when you say that Black people want to be oppressed, and I'm asking
abortion,
you why
though?
Black people want to be oppressed.
Who started abortion?
Who started abortion?
Was it a Black lady that started abortions? Was that something you was doing in Africa? Or are you supporting the same white thing that you say you against?
It was something we were doing in Africa. They were literally plants that gave women abortions. But listen,
plants. Okay.
I don't care about none of that. What I'm talking about is Black liberation. And you said that we're not liberated because we're not following the moral code.
That's not what I said. That's part of it.
You said that we are sinning and we're not following the moral code.
That's a part. That's a part of it. Yes. That's not the sole reason.
I don't know what morals means.
Well, that's too bad for you.
Well, you're the one saying it.
Yeah, and it's the truth. If you don't know what it means, then hey, I'm not. If you don't know what morals, all right. So you believe a man should hit a woman?
If you can't explain it,
we're gonna break this down right now. Do you believe a man should be able to hit a woman since you don't have no moral code? Yes, you do, right? You do, right?
I want you to tell me what morals means.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Do you think a man should be able to hit a woman?
So morals is when a man doesn't hit a woman? That's all it is?
That's one of it, yes. He's morally sound, yes, if he don't hit a woman.
What does morally sound mean?
Figure it out.
I'm asking you. You're the one who said it. You're the one giving black people this prescription.
Well, if you don't know something that I knew 20 years ago, we don't need to have this conversation. If you don't know what morally sound means, we need to have a different conversation.
Yeah, we do. We need to talk about what morally sound means.
That's why I'm not here to explain it to you. Let's have a different conversation then. What school did you go to? What school did you go to then?
You can't explain it.
What school did you go to? Since we're going to change it, what school did you go to? Since you can't define, since you can't, man, I ain't even about to do this.
What's happening here is you're missing the premise as far as
y'all playing semantics.
Can I really
bunch of clowns.
Wait 1 second. You're missing the premise as far as what Sean is trying to do, and I know like it's going over your head.
It's not. You asking me stuff. Go ask your little cousin that stuff. That's basic stuff.
I mean, there's
doing nothing,
but you're unwilling to actually engage in it because it's making you feel uncomfy. And I get it. That's fine.
Not. I'm
whatever.
chilling.
And that's why you keep trying to go back
Knicks.
to the same talking points that you like. You keep trying to pivot back to your same talking points. That's why you've mentioned, Bill Gates multiple times. That's why you've mentioned like the Democratic agenda multiple times. Like you keep trying to get back to where you're trying to get back to where you're comfortable. Like
That's
you're literally trying to, you're trying to get back to where you're
nowhere.
You're not because you won't engage. Hey, Underground, stop speaking over me, please and thank you. You're trying to get back to where you want to be, and this is an uncomfortable conversation because Sean is putting you somewhere that you don't necessarily know the things and challenging your thought, your actual thought process. But I promise you, if you engage in good faith, then maybe something productive will come out of this. Also, that was in the chat for Terrell for the $2 super chat. It says, Sean, check your PayPal.
You're right. Let me roll up. I apologize.
If someone's going to give a prescription to another person and say, you don't want liberation because you are stuck in the mentality of post-traumatic slave syndrome, and you go, what is post-traumatic slave syndrome? And they go, figure it out. That's you just being dishonest. Like that would be my statement. You are stuck. You are stuck in a non-liberal. Morally sound mean.
All right. For me, because morals are subjective, that's why I didn't want to answer that, because my definition won't be the same as yours. But since you insist, for me, morals is just sticking to a code that you willing to teach your kids, you willing to pass on, and you willing to lay your head at night with no regrets. You're not asking whoever you believe in for forgiveness or to forgive you for your sins and, all of that stuff. Or, it's morals. Treating people how you want to be treated. It's just ways of life. It's codes of life. Giving people space. You see stuff that can be translated to everything. Look at the animals. They got their own moral codes. They don't be coming up in each other's space and interact. It could go on for days. It's subjective. But if you're asking for my view, then hey, that's what it is. That's some of it. I could go on for days. People saying it's ethics, morals. Last time I checked, that's synonymous, but all right.
That doesn't answer my question. What I'm asking is what are morals? And what you said was things that you want to hold to and teach your children. Like that doesn't.
That's not the definition. That's part of it.
If it's subjective, if morals are subjective, then how can we make this prescription of black people that black people want to be oppressed because we keep not following the moral code? if the moral code is different for everybody?
Yeah, depending on your geographical location and your belief system. Somebody in America, a black person in America and a black person in Africa might have two different moral codes. They might be kind of similar, but it's still going to be a little bit different. Like how they see a black person struggling. No, they see a black person struggling in Africa, they're going to help them out there. We see a black person struggling in America, we're going to keep it pushing. That's the real truth.
The black people all over the world are oppressed. So saying that it's a different moral code where you live doesn't make any sense if you're prescribing black people to not following the moral code, and that's why we want to be oppressed.
Can I disagree with that? I honestly think that proves my point, because we still oppressed all over. That actually gives you the, what's the word? That's the damn.
Give me half a second. Hey, chat. First and foremost,
that's the ground.
People, sure, 1 second. People, welcome in. Also, with the people that's spamming RIP in the chat, stop it. It's not funny. Dead ass serious. Cut it out. Like, that's not funny. That's not cute. Stop it. Period. All right.
Yeah, that gives you the fair playing level field to really judge. I forgot the exact word for when you're doing an experiment and you have your, I forgot the word, but anyway.
My question was, if it's subjective and it changes based on your geographical location, then why doesn't the oppression of black people change based on geographical location?
Because people think differently. I'm confused. Are you arguing for my points right now? Because you just proving my points.
No, you said that black people want to be oppressed because we're not following.
I didn't say we want to be. I said we are. Ain't no want to be.
You said we want to be. Oh, goodness. You know, the gaslighting is crazy.
Never said that.
This must be sponsored by Elizabeth Melhorn right now.
Must be.
Listen, I need you to focus up. Because you said earlier that black people want to be oppressed, and we want to be oppressed mentally. You did.
I didn't say we want to be. I said we are. It's two differences. It's a big difference.
Nah, it's I'm pretty sure you said black people want to be oppressed, Slim.
You could be pretty sure. I'm telling you, I didn't.
Sean, solid. I don't know about you too, but you know.
I did what you asked, Santana. I don't see anything on PayPal. I do see.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, that came from Discord. They told me for some reason to tell you to check.
There's a Cash App that I need to say W to.
Yeah, go ahead. And Solid, do you have any thank yous?
I haven't gotten anything, but thank you for even thinking about doing something.
Yeah, absolutely. I got I'm 15 cool. for you so far, guys.
W to Caitlin.
Yep.
I just want to say, Slim, like framing this as a culpability of an oppressed people, like blaming an oppressed people for their own oppression, is taking part in that oppression. Like you're helping that.
Wait, when did I come again?
Yeah, when did I blame? We can't get right the language you're using.
I'm pretty sure I said you can't blame black. I'm pretty sure I said you can't blame us for being.
I don't remember
that at all.
I did.
I don't remember that at all.
I did. You're just not listening.
Black people want to be
oppressed. You're too busy asking for definitions instead of listening. What I'm talking about.
You literally did say that. You literally said, I've been sitting here listening the entire time. You literally said that. And we're also on YouTube.
Yep, and I will be listening again.
Nah, Slim. Like
I was listening intently because I was asking you questions about what you
apparently
said.
Not.
You said the sentence, because I screwed my face up. You said the sentence black people want to be oppressed. You said black people can't until we get right, or no, you said until we get our act together.
I said we already free. That's number one. So how could I have said that after? I already said
let me turn my volume up, Slim.
I said we just a little mentally oppressed, but I said I can't blame
mentally
us
oppressed
because of the media and the education system. I can't blame us for that. We don't have control over that. But that doesn't mean that it's not a problem.
So then, and oppressed people. All right, bet. I see. I think it's really easy to understand, Slim. If you blame, are you right now saying that you are not blaming an oppressed people for their own oppression?
How can you? What type of question? No.
Are you blaming black people for the racism that happens to black people?
The racism that happens to black people, no. But I am blaming black people for allowing it to happen. Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you a question, young. If before you could even use your hands, I tie them behind your back, and then I wash you. Am I allowed to blame you for not using your hands?
No.
All right, then.
But if your hands are free and you still don't wash, if I untie your hands,
so then okay,
not even if I untie.
This the last little.
My own hands.
Hold on, Slim. Hold on. This the last little bullet I got on my agenda.
All right.
So then, what is the way to free the black mind?
See how you just jump from left to right, then you talk about, I can't keep up with the argument. You got me thinking about this.
Nobody said anything about not being able to keep up with the argument, Slim. You have a very monotone voice. You sound sleepy. All right. What I'm trying to do is move this along. How, bro? Like, how do you free the black mind?
That's a great question. But I know how not. And it's not by, being with the same people.
Okay, so you don't know how, but you know how not.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So how do you know it's how not if you don't know how?
Because I can see it ain't working now. That's how.
Okay. All right, bet. So I'm going to ask you a very simple question. It's the last one that I'm going to bow out, right? Are you for a revolution?
Of course, for the right revolution, not for
the caveat, bro.
For the right revolution,
the caveat. It's
for
the caveat
Black Power
for me,
revolution.
Bro. It's the caveat for me.
Not for these blacks who claim they black for supporting these damn racists.
Here we go. There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
I wouldn't want y'all on me.
Okay.
I wouldn't want y'all on my side.
Do you understand?
For men.
Huh?
Bro.
He's silly, bro. He sleep, bro.
Y'all clowns. You talking about vasectomies for men?
Why
you don't talk to me about revolution. You can't talk to me about revolution. Take the vasectomies and abortion.
Hold on.
You know how easy. How easy it is. I'm smarter than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm better than you. I shoot better than you. Like I fight better than you. I do everything better than you.
I get more money than you.
I'm just
because my oven off right now. I just need that to be. I just need that to be said. Yeah. My oven is off. My air fryer is on. You feel me?
That's cool.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You are still on this whole them thing, right? And before you sit a socialist and a communist. So clearly we not with the them stuff.
You
right?
said I said that? Go ahead.
I just need you to let me wrap this up. Because you're not processing, bro.
I'm not. Because you're talking a whole bunch of nonsense. But go ahead.
Well, you wouldn't understand me if I how low do I need to keep it, bro? How simple do I need to make it?
You're low enough. You need to go the other way. You're already low. You're lower than low. You need to go up.
It's the building blocks, bro. We on year one.
He said we need to go up. No, hold up, Santana.
Where we are.
Hold up.
You're going down.
Let me do one thing real quick. Because he said we need to bring it up. So I'm gonna just turn it up.
Pick your head up.
I'm gonna turn it up to 5. I'm gonna turn it up to 5.
I ain't stopping nothing.
He doing too much.
I'm gonna turn it up.
Mute him.
I'm gonna turn it up to 5. I'm not even gonna turn it up to 10. I'm gonna just turn it up a little bit. I'm gonna see if you can keep up. Solid. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this. Due to the primitive accumulation of capitalism and the upholding of the social hegemony of racism, the Americas should be abolished.
I agree.
Underground, do you agree or disagree?
Depends what you mean by America. I mean, the system. The American system. All right. Yes.
I agree.
I think, but let me ask you this, sis, and you tell me if you agree. because of that cultural hegemony, I don't think any further racial projects should be implemented. Do you agree or disagree?
Within the Americas?
In or out of the Americas because of the cultural hegemony and the exploitation of free and cheap labor. Yeah.
100% agree.
Bet.
100% agree. Globally, yes, absolutely.
All right, bet.
Yeah, globally, yeah. But
Slim, you don't know what we talk about. Butt out.
I do know. But you saying
butt out. You don't understand what we said. Get out.
I do, 100%. There's only one word there I didn't understand. That's about it.
So, Pete, this is how this works. All right. I think where we are is you are seeing a problem. You are noticing a problem with the state of things. I think that somewhere along the line, pro-blackness has been instilled within you. I also think a lot of homophobia, transphobia, misogyny has also been instilled within you. And you say you're for liberation. I don't see how you could reach liberation while incorporating those ideologies into
You'll
your
never
own.
see how. You'll never
Right?
see. You too stuck. You too
Slim,
far
Slim,
off.
Slim,
You too far in the deep end.
Slim, you don't need to advise me on nothing. You don't need to make any critiques of me because I understand this subject matter way better than you do.
Yeah, you're indoctrinated.
Sure, bud. Okay. What I need you to understand, what I need chat to understand here, okay, is this is the result. This is the result of a stripping away of a cultural hegemony. This is the result of an intellectual oppression, anti-intellectualisms. This is the result. This is the effect of what has happened to marginalized people in real time, where he knows he needs to be freed from it. He doesn't have the words to articulate it. He doesn't have the class consciousness necessary to actuate it.
I know how to coach.
He doesn't, Slim.
If you would
Slim,
like
you
me to
don't
speak
have
with my
to
dialect,
talk, bro.
I
You
can
don't
speak
have
like
to speak.
you. I can
You
speak
don't
like
have to
you if
speak.
you would like, and use big
You don't have to
words
speak. You don't
and
have to speak,
acronyms, and sound so
don't have
white.
to speak, bro.
I can sound so white, just like you and your master.
You don't have to speak, bro.
The fuck up.
Thank you. He doesn't have the words to articulate it, and it's been stripped from him. And he's clinging to any idea he can that he thinks will lead to the improvement of society, but he doesn't have any real frame of reference, right? And that is the problem. That is the issue and I'm going to say something that's going to hurt. Chat, lock in. Liberalism is complicit in that because Reformation, right, was seen is a Band-Aid. It's seen as good. We did some stuff. Let's carry on up out of here. And then conservatives and then capitalists, the owning class, they come in and they muck everything up again, or they pretend like they're not doing the disenfranchisement. And liberals just go, well, we got to work with them. We gotta do some bipartisanship, right? And so now you have a cat who, like, by all accounts, understands that somewhere there is oppression and somewhere he needs to break free of that, but literally no idea where to start, how to do it, and is actively participating in the oppression of others. It breaks my heart. That was low-key heartbreaking, sis. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I thought there was a chance to go somewhere with that, but he hit the wall. So there's that.
That's true. But W. Caitlin, for this Cash App, I appreciate you for the $5. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, you could have an elf on the shelf. You could have a generational wealth. Rudolph and 5.
Yeah. Anyway, solid, Sean. I'm gonna get back to some political debates because I feel like that's just.
Hey man, thanks for letting us be weird up here, man.
Thank you for educating the people. Like I said, and I know that made a lot of people super uncomfy, and people are in and out. And like I say all the time, and I truly meant this. There's a lot of people that may not agree. But it's definitely something that needs to be heard. And then also, I think that hearing this perspective is something that gives people something to reflect on. So it ends up being something where they come back at a later point and be like, you know what? maybe there is something to it. So,
listen, it's just something to consider, man. It's just something to consider. All power to all the people except for Ralph. Do something good for your neighbor. Viva la raza, Ubuntu, throw more bricks.
Yep. Thank you, Solid. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah. Before I dip, I'm gonna say one more thing. Before I say the stay dangerous thing, I'm gonna say you can have a polar bear, you can have a folding chair, or not a care, Rudolph and 5. Stay dangerous out here. Don't stay safe. Safe get cracked. Stay fucking dangerous. Peace, slam back and break.
Exactly. W's in the chat for Sean. W's in the chat for Solid. Guys, so we're gonna get back into some more political debates. W's in the chat for 1234 who sent a $5 super chat to say the person that thinks Trump is doing a good job definitely can't talk about or know what the meaning of morals are. I agree. The actual moral obligation when you vote for someone who's an adjudicated rapist blows my mind. With that being said, guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. If you're in the request right now and I see there's a lot of friendlies in the request, please do not request up if you're friendly. We are not looking to talk to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates. We're only looking to talk to Trump supporters. So if you are a friendly, if you were someone in the request and you heard the conversation that was happening and you were hoping to get in on that previous conversation, please do not request up because, again, the people that were up here, Sean Solid specifically, were up here for a specific reason. Any and everyone else, please only request up if you are a Trump supporter. If you take a look at the bottom right now and you see the gray person, that means you're in the request. And if you're in the request, that means you're here for a debate. So please, if you see the gray person, you're in the request and you are not a Trump supporter, go ahead and drop out of the request. All right, let's see here. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Yano, are you a Trump supporter? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you. Just gonna remove this person because that's a fucking wild PFP. I do think the conversation was scared off the Trump supporters. I think Sean and Solid scared off the Trump supporters. I do absolutely believe that. Let's see if this person loads. I don't think this person will load. Just gonna bring everyone up. Guys, again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you're not a Trump supporter. We are not talking to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates. Annie, are you a Trump supporter? Military intelligence operation. Annie, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I got up here by mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, guys. So the box is clear. The box is clear, and we are only looking for some debate. So if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. I would love, love, love to talk to you about you being played by Donald Trump. You guys, the premise is that Donald Trump has played in your face for multiple reasons, right? No, I'm not letting you back up. There's no reason to let you back up. Absolutely not. Get out of the course. Donald Trump has lied about the Epstein files. He has not only lied about the Epstein files, but he has literally littered all over the Epstein files. One thing that someone said, like prior to the last conversation we had, he was talking about abortion, and we know for a fact that it just came out in the Epstein files that Donald Trump apparently was a witness to a abortion. I'll just say it lightly. I'll say it very lightly. There's much more than that. You can go look at, Donald Trump Lake Michigan. But the point being is that Donald Trump has never been against abortion, but the actual connection when it comes to Donald Trump and the Epstein files, he's all in it, like period. We can also talk about the premise of him being the president of peace. He lied to you guys about stopping the war. He lied about not engaging in new wars. And for some reason, you guys are just like all here for it now. Like you're literally all here for it, and you're good with him starting conflicts around the world. I don't get that one. Oh, he also lied about immigration. He's not engaging in mass deportation. He's engaging in free slave labor. And the wild part about that is that when Donald Trump was getting ready to be exposed on 60 Minutes, because I've been talking about that one for a while, but as Donald Trump was getting ready to be exposed on 60 Minutes, he had the story killed. He literally had the story killed so people wouldn't know, which we already know. The funny thing about the 60 Minute story being shut down is that it's still aired in other countries, including Canada, and people have just reposted it online. So he can't get away from it. We know what he's doing with CCOT. It's undisputable. The economy is in the tank, and people, for some reason lately, have been touting the premise behind the GDP growing. But when they say the GDP has grown, they don't talk about the negative impacts that has occurred with everyday Americans, and then also the millionaires and billionaires who have directly been the beneficiaries of the increase. Also, they don't talk about the fact that apparently the GDP, even though, yes, there was an increase in the GDP, it was lower than projected. Like literally the GDP would have been greater if Donald Trump wouldn't have done the shit that he did. So even when you talk about that, that's the missing piece, right? And last but not least, for some reason, they are supporting an old doddering fool. For as much as they talked about Sleepy Joe. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Chef, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, no, I'm not really.
Okay, drop it down. For as much as they talked about Sleepy Joe and the fact that Joseph Robinette Biden was someone who absolutely was unfit to be in office, that's what you got in Trump. That's literally what you have in Trump. An old doddering fool who is leading the country and who can't even keep his eyes open. That's where we are. So again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Only requesting up with Trump supporters. We're only looking for some debates. Nightcrawler, are you a Trump supporter?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what can I call you, friend?
What it says on the screen.
So you want me to call you Nightcrawler? Okay, I'm just gonna call you Night.
Care.
Is that okay?
You can call me whatever you want.
Okay. All right, I'll call you Night. Night. Question for you. Do you feel like you got played by Trump?
No.
Why so?
Because I voted for him to remove illegal people from the country, and that's what he's doing.
Okay. All right. So you voted for undocumented immigrants to be removed from the country.
Yep. And I really, truthfully, don't care how it's done. Do whatever you got to do to get it done.
Okay. Okay. So let's say I grant you the premise that we're not even talking about morality, right? And we're not talking about the way that you get it done. It's just about the results, right? That's your premise.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you say to the premise then that Donald Trump is not actually doing that at a proficient clip, especially when you talk about the amount of money that's been allocated to this activity, and he's unable to actually deport people, not even actually deport people at a high rate, but he's not even meeting the rates of Joe Biden or Barack Obama.
What I would say is these
You have some type of sound in the background. Can you?
It's
turn
a
it down
fucking clock going off because it's 3 o'clock.
Got it. Okay.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, it's these courts that are shutting him down and not letting him fucking do anything.
Well, shouldn't he be able to get it done within the limits of the law?
I told you, buddy. I don't care how it's done.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm giving that premise, but what I'm saying is, in order for him to get it done, why wouldn't he do it in accordance with the law so he can actually get it done? Because it's not a fact of him not being able to do it, but he's not even doing it at the same level as Biden or Obama.
What do you have that proves that? Where can I look at this up?
You can take a look at the actual deportation rate. I'll pull that up for you here in just a second. But the question I have, right, is, again, even if we say, I'm going to grant you the premise, we're not even talking about morality, right? Because we can disagree on morality. The actual process, because Donald Trump has made this the core fundamental premise of him and his administration and what they're doing, right? You and I can agree that this is a big deal for him. Right?
Yeah, this is probably his number one thing he ran on.
Right. And he's not only said it, but he put his money behind it because of the amount of, it costs about $88 billion a year to implement the plan that he is saying that he wants to do with mass deportation. So he's allocated funds to ICE. And not only has he allocated funds to ICE, but he's allocated additional law enforcement resources across the country to supporting ICE. Right? I mean, 20% of the FBI is now supporting ICE. So you and I can agree that not only has he said that he wants to do this thing, he's put his money where his mouth is, and then he's even moved people around in order to get this done. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if he's done all of those things, and your premise is the courts, I'm saying, cool, let's negate the courts, because at the very least, Joe Biden and Barack Obama have given the pathway to get past the courts. There's a specific way that you can do it to get past the courts. And so if Donald Trump replicated the actual actions of Joe Biden and Barack Obama, but he increased the amount of money, attention, and people that he allocated to it, shouldn't he be able to do it at the very least at the same level as those two, but technically higher?
Yeah, I agree, but what I was told and what I believe is that Joe Biden opened the borders to anyone that wanted to come in, and if you can show me something that says Biden did a better job on the border than Trump, then I'll change my mind right now. As long as it's an actual real source. That's not some whatever. I want something real.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So there's multiple sources that you can actually check as far as the deportation rate. And you can take a look at the amount of people that have been removed versus the amount of people, the amount of people that have been removed. And this looks at fiscal year studies year over year. And then it also takes a look at the actual percentage when it comes to Joe Biden versus Donald Trump and his current administration. And so when it comes to the amount of removals, this is, it's the Center for Immigration Study, right? There's multiple sources. We can also look at the immigrationpolicy.org. And then also there was a great study that was completed by the Cato Institute. Do you know who the Cato Institute is?
No.
Okay. So the Cato Institute is a right-leaning think tank that does multiple forms of studies. So literally they lean to the right. I'm not going to say they're completely biased because everyone has some level of biases, but the Cato Institutes, most of the time, some of the studies that they look to get justification for is for the justification of right-wing purposes. And all of these actual entities are giving the actual percentage and the clip that Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. And I mean, I'm not even mentioning Barack Obama because Barack Obama is higher than both of them. But Joe Biden versus Donald Trump, and the actual Biden administration is outpaced the Trump administration where they currently are, from a clip of, what is this, 36.2% versus 12.8%. Wait, did he run? Holy fuck, why did he run? Oh, okay. That's funny. That's funny. He ran because he thought that I was going to just sit there and say, oh, you shouldn't be deporting undocumented immigrants because of this, that, or whatever. And I get it. I get it, right? A lot of them don't want to talk about morals because they're morally bankrupt, and that's perfectly fine. But you're sitting here saying that you want to actually do this. And I'm saying at the very least, right? At the very least, if you're putting time, energy, and effort and money behind this, you should be able to do this thing. Couldn't do the thing. W's in the chat for Jared, who sent a $2 donation saying, I don't agree with some of what Sean said, but you know what? It was incredibly important and edifying to hear the perspective as it challenges my preconceived notions of what is needed to be done and what it could take to fix things. Thank you for spotlighting her ideology. Exactly. What's the funny thing about me listening to Solid and Sean and Jeff and all of them? I don't agree with everything that they say. They know this. We go back and forth about this all the time. They know this about me. I know this about them. We don't agree with everything, but I do think it's super important to understand their perspective, and then also understanding the point where the end goal, and understanding the end goal is super important. So yeah, W's in the chat. Yeah. Donna, the reason why people don't want to talk about the baby situation with Trump and the Epstein files is because it's super triggering, but you can find that information online. Just look for Donald Trump Lake, Michigan, and you can definitely find that information. So, all right, guys, this is what I'm thinking, because I think that at a certain point, everyone kind of got scared off, which I know how that goes. And we don't have any Trump supporters in the box at the moment. And Underground, I'm not talking to you. I don't understand why you keep requesting back up. I'm not talking to you. So this is what I'm thinking. We're going to hit a restart. We're going to hit a quick restart because I wanted to go a little bit longer. So we're going to hit a quick restart. YouTube, I'm going to find someone for you guys to watch. And we'll hit a restart. And then when we come back, we'll get right back into it.
That as anti-white discrimination. So this is not a new thing for these white supremacists. And last but not least, from the same book and same chapter, fascist politics covers up structural inequality by attempting to invert, misrepresent, and subvert the long, hard effort to address it. And so I don't want to monologue.
Was it a restart or did he get banned again? He did a restart. Oh, changing accounts. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do a restart as well. So
as long as the convictions are at least 7.
Basically, for white men to contact them because they've been discriminated against. This is a Trump official saying this now, and I think a lot of people missed it because it's just kind of just quietly put out there. And this is about the same time J.D. Vance said that. So basically, what they're saying is that DEI practices has caused discrimination towards white men, and then they're there to help file suit. So the EEOC historically has been helping minorities, with job discrimination, and now it's in complete reverse. So if you don't believe me, go check it out. I mean, it'll blow your mind.
If I might.
All right, so real quick, y'all. Yeah, real quick, and then Little Messy, I'll bring you in. Okay. Again, we are looking for somebody that agrees with J.D. Vance's statement. Number one, number two. let's do this. A couple folks have touched on DEI and how this comment reflects upon DEI. 7. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sister. I really appreciate you, as always. Love you.
Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in, you dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Hey. Yeah. This ain't a safe place. This a flame space. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Hey. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not looking to talk to friendlies. If you're a friendly, tap the screen, share the live. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1-cent gift goals that'll help push us out to the FYP. Also, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. That'll help boost the live as well. Last but not least, guys, I saw that apparently like reposting the live does a lot. I know people share the live, which is cool. Share it to your stories, but also if you repost it, apparently it really helps push it out to the FYP. Now, with that being said, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Like, this is where we are. MAGA, I'm actually offering, I'm offering salvation. As a matter of fact, guys, I'm going to take MAGA to church. MAGA, I'm offering salvation. I'm offering freedom. I'm offering for you guys to come to the light. I'm offering you an opportunity to save your political soul. At this point, you've turned towards damnation, which is Donald Trump. You've turned towards the beast, which is Donald Trump. You've turned towards hell, fire, and brimstone, which is Donald Trump. But through me, I can save your soul, your political soul. And all you have to do is come up and admit that Donald Trump played you. That's all you got to do. Admit that you were played. You said left is brainwashed. Sure, Wilson, come up and tell me about it. I was going to invite you, but I can't, so I'm just going to mute you. Come up and tell me about it. All you have to do is come up and admit that you got played by Donald Trump, and I can give you salvation. Now, for some reason, if you think that I'm wrong, if you don't think that you got played, if you still believe in Donald Timothy Trump, then get in the box. Because my point is, you've been run amok, led astray, hoodwinked, bamboozled by Donald Trump. That's the point. That's literally the point. We can talk about the Epstein files and the lies that have been perpetuated when it comes to the Epstein files. We can talk about the fact that Donald Trump said that he wasn't in the files. He said he had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Said all that. While at the same time, being all over the files. Hey, Green Valley, you're being weird in the chat, but that's fine. I sent you a request. Come up and tell me about it, bud. Come up and tell me about it. Donald Trump said that he was going to be the president of peace. He said that he was going to stop wars within 24 hours. He said that he had a plan for Israel and Hamas to end the genocide that's occurring in Gaza. And what is he giving you? He's giving you nothing. He said that immigrants were the problem. He literally said immigrants were the problem. But yet, for some reason, he can't address immigration or deportation. Donald Trump said that he was a businessman looking to actually improve the business of the country. And even though we warned you guys about his 6 bankruptcies and how he bankrupted a casino, you all still believed in him. And last but not least, Donald Trump said that he had vitality, he had energy, he had what it takes to lead the American people, but he's just an old man. Let's talk about it. Cappy, is it Cappy? Kappa? How do I say that?
Yo, Santana, you a bitch, fucking Democrat. You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch. Fuck Democrats, bro. You a bitch. I spit on your fucking face. Trump 2028 in the chat. And rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. He was a good.
Okay. So that's fine. Would you like to actually engage, or did you just come up to like steamroll and say nothing?
Shut your bitch ass up.
I hear you. Listen, Bub, I have no problem with you like crashing out. But what I would like though is for you to see, I gotta fucking remove you. Because you can't come up and just immediately say those things, you fucking weirdo crash out. Holy shit. You can't just come up and immediately do that. The fucking algorithm, you idiot. Tim, hi Tim. Are you a Trump supporter?
What's up, sir? I am not a Trump supporter.
Okay, I appreciate you. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. I've already removed them. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not looking to talk to friendlies. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Thank you for the sprinklers. Hey, Underground, I see that you're still here. You're still a fan. It's weird. You love the live. You've been here the whole time. No, I'm talking to someone else in the chat. Oh. It's weird that you love the live, but whatever. I don't care. I'm sorry. Hi, what's your name? I can barely hear you.
Sorry, I'm Doodle. Like you want my like real name?
No, I just needed to know. Like, do you want me to call you Doodle?
Yeah, sure. But I just gotta ask: would you rather date an illegal immigrant or a liberal?
Okay, I remember you. That's why. You. I remember you because you have the weird questions. I don't care. I wouldn't date anyone. I'm married, so like whatever. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates, and hopefully we can get some debates and people like stop being weird. If anyone would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted and things appreciated. If you don't mind, let's tap the screen, get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also hit that follow button. Make sure you're following. This is the backup account. Make sure you hit that follow button. Last but not least, Debbie's in the chat for my BFF who sent a $5 super chat to say gloves are on. Listen, sometimes you gotta take the gloves off, just depending on who it is. With that being said, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. The premise is that you guys have been played, and I understand. This is why I think this is such a hard one to engage with, chat. It's a hard one to engage with for them because it's not sitting here saying like, oh, Trump is bad, prove me wrong. It's literally saying that you got fooled. And the last person that's willing to admit that they fucked up is the person that fucked up. That's where we are. The reason why Trump supporters are pushing back and railing against us and they can't actually come up and engage is because they know they fucked up. All Democrats are on all those follow are all PDF. Sure. I hear you, Stevie. Stevie, I'm going to go ahead and mute you and I'm going to send you a request. Come up and tell me about it. Come up and tell me about how it's only the Democrats that are the PDF files, because I think it's all of them. Like literally, it's all of them. And you know what's funny about like the perspective of people on the right when it comes to the Epstein files? They're like, oh, not my PDF file. Like they're literally standing there and saying, well, my PDF file is good, but your PDF file is bad. They're all PDF files. They all are, and we want to get them all. But for some reason, you guys are so protective of Donald Trump that you're unwilling to actually engage in the premise that he's a PDF file. I don't get it. Because for people on the left, we don't care what name comes up. Get them. What did you say? I just want to know why yeah, sure. E-man, come up. We can talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and mute you because I don't care about what you're saying in the comments, but I'll request for you to come up. Like, see, this is the thing as well. Trump supporters, I don't talk to you from the comments. Like, I have no interest in talking to you from the comments, so we're not going to do that. Angry, are you a Trump supporter?
I am. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas as well. Question, what can I call you?
Just say angry. Angry's fine.
Can I call you Long Island? I like that one.
Long Island too. That's fine. Doesn't matter.
Long Island. All right, perfect. 1 second. We have E-Man. E-Man was just muted, but he came up. E-Man, thank you so much for coming up. A lot of times when I mute people, they just like cry in silence or leave. And so I appreciate you coming up. And just to verify, you are a Trump supporter as well, right?
What's up, dude? Yeah, I voted for him.
Okay, perfect. So Long Island, would you mind giving me just a minute because E-Man had a question in the comments first. And all right, I'm going to mute you just for a minute, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you. All right, E-Man, so your question was, why didn't the Democrats release the Epstein files, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they were doing everything they could to basically keep him out of office, I don't get it, man. If they knew they had all this on him, why would they not bring it up, man? They were trying to get him through the courts. They were trying to sue the crap out of him and anything just to attack him, to keep him down. I get it. If they felt like there was so much evidence on him, man, why did they not fight harder to get these things released?
Yeah. And listen, that's a valid question. I'm not gonna hold you. That's a really valid question. Because the thing that the Democratic Party did not want is for Trump to return to power. And right. I agree with you, right? If they had this, smoking assault weapon or whatever, right. And they could actually use it, why wouldn't they use it?
Right.
The answer is they did.
They did use it?
Yes. So under the Biden administration, there's a couple so it's layered. It's a little bit complicated, and I'll try to walk you through it as quickly as possible. But under the Biden administration, they released as much information as they could about the Epstein files. The reason why they couldn't release everything is because during that time, it was still under there was a court case that was still being litigated. And then after the court case of, I think it's pronounced Ghislaine Maxwell, after the court case, there was a appeals process. Like there was an entire thing that was happening. And so it was still considered an active investigation with the litigation and also the appeal. And so they could not release any of the court related documents. So it was there was multiple parts of the files that was sealed including grand jury testimony. And so the Biden administration couldn't release the information, but they did release as much of the information as they could, including 6 hours of video footage of Epstein talking about his relationship with people, including him being best friends with Donald Trump. They released footage of Donald Trump testifying, and then how he took the Fifth Amendment and he wouldn't actually talk about Jeffrey Epstein. They released information about Donald Trump being connected with Jeffrey Epstein as far as flying on the plane. And all of this information was put out prior to the election. So much so, Donald Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files. And then once he got into office, I don't know if you remember this, but like it was either late January, early February, the Trump administration made this whole big deal about releasing the Epstein files. And they invited like all of these right-wing social media influencers to the White House to release the information. Do you remember that?
Nah, I just know they made it was just, and I get everything you're saying right there, and all these court cases and all this, and saying that it was hung up, and everything that you're saying right there, I get it. But
well, no, hold on. Let me finish this real quick.
Go ahead.
Donald Trump invited all these right-wing influencers to the White House because he told them that he was going to release the Epstein files. He was going to give them the information so they can put it out there and all this other stuff. And what he did was gave them the exact same information that had already been released by the Biden administration, with just a few more things. So literally the only thing he did was give them all the information that was already put out under the Biden administration. So when people say, why didn't the Biden administration put out the information? Well, one, they were limited as far as what they could put out. Two, they put out as much as they possibly can. And three, Donald Trump thought that it was good enough to try to do it again.
All right. So I want you to understand where I'm coming from as well, because I'm not going to sit there and be the MAGA this, MAGA that, MAGA this.
For sure.
This guy, do I think there could be something there? There could be, man. I feel with the way that the Democrats leak information about other topics.
I'm just going to have to say the lower class and the wealthy class, right?
Work and actually do something, they're never going to give up that spot. And I think that's why I feel like we got to take it by force. But hey, I got to go. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, fam. Thank you. I'm going to drop everybody else too.
All right,
thank you all for being here. Appreciate you guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, much love to everybody. Give me 1 second. So real quick, I wanted to just talk to the chat real quick as we're ending the year. I don't know if this is going to be my last live for the year or not. Probably won't be. I'll probably come back and do another topic here in a second. But I got a question for y'all. How many of y'all need a decompression live? Put a 1 in the chat. I don't care, your political persuasion or whatever. How many of y'all need a decompression live, a live of fun, laughter, joy, and happiness? Let me know. And the more ones means the more you need it.